What's going on, guys? RBP is brought to you by Manscaped, and this month they are teaming up with the Testicular Cancer Society. They're doing t-shirts, We Save Balls, and they're also doing a special Lawnmower 4.0 with the purple stripe to raise awareness. If you guys know anybody who has testicular cancer or you want to help raise awareness, go to manscaped.com, use code RBP to get 20% off and free shipping. I'll let you guys check out the site if you haven't been there. They have everything you need for men's hygiene. They also have some boxers and stuff like that. But the Lawnmower 4.0 is awesome. They have different scents like colognes and deodorants, things like that, nail kits, the nose trimmer, anything you could need to make sure you're fresh. Listen, springtime's coming around. It's going to get warmer. You want to keep yourself fresh. You want to keep yourself clean. Get to manscaped.com, use code RBP, and get 20% off, free shipping. Keep yourself straight for the warmer weather.
How's it going?
We're recording. What's up, man? How is everybody? Samson, what's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Hey, Samson.
James, are you on?
Paul, how's it going?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah. Congratulations on Boston and everything.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yo, James, how's it going?
That one.
I forgot about Boston. We haven't even talked about Boston. I'm just thinking about the Arnold still.
Man, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. How are you?
Sorry, I had technical issues.
Well, you're here now, so that's good.
Good.
Samson, I totally forgot about Boston. You've done so many shows
Yeah,
in
man.
the last
it's only been 2, man.
No, but I mean, I'm thinking about in last year's. You did like 4 shows last year, and that's 2 shows. So I was still thinking about the Arnolds because that was your big show. But how did Boston go for you?
Boston was good, man. Boston, I think, we sort of learned something out of Boston, man. We learned that, one, don't ever question your lady when she says you need to be more oiled and needs to be more dark.
Yeah, that's true. You were a little dry. Yeah. Why did you question your lady? Why did you?
No, okay. The tanning thing I questioned because we saw the stage and I thought, okay, the stage is dark, right?
Yeah.
So when we were about 10 in the morning for the show, I was like, look, don't do my tan dark because the stage is dark. I'm going to be I'm going to be blacked out. No one's going to see any detail. So she basically tanned me in the morning. I looked at her, it's too dark. So I jumped in the shower right before we left and I washed off the coat of it. So then we go backstage and obviously the girls did the oil. And even then when they did the oil, I said, look, I don't think this oil is enough. But they told me that, you know what, the more you pose, the oil become, more shiny or whatever, more glossy or whatever. Yeah. So we came on stage like that. And then obviously halfway to the stage, after the first call out and stuff, I'm standing, I'm looking at myself, I'm going, I look dry as anything.
Can't see anything,
yeah. So I literally walked off stage, went backstage and I'm like, look, can anybody touch me on some oil? And there was nobody there.
Oh. Yeah. You need to bring your own, you need to bring your own spare one and leave it in your bag. That way you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we learned that for the finals though. We did we emptied out. We literally emptied a whole bottle of the Protan glaze thing on me before I went out for the finals. And I don't know, my skin was just sucking it all up.
Yeah, it's weird.
It really dry. It does, man.
I don't know if you guys noticed that. Like sometimes there's some shows I can put a little bit on and I'm like, it looks great. And then there's some shows where my skin is just keeps soaking it all in.
Yeah.
It ends up becoming moisturizer. It ends up getting like literally pulled into the skin.
But you look good at your glaze was good at night though, Samson.
Yeah, because it literally, I literally had Milos, because even Bonac had to stop them off and call the girls and go, you need to tan this guy, and you need to oil this guy properly because his skin is sucking up and he's drying out. Yeah. So we had, my lady, I had Milos, I had all the girls there, and they were literally just rubbing me down before I walked on. And the more they were putting oil on, the more I was just drying out on it. And they got to the point where they had to just go, you know what, we're just going to have to oil right before you walk up on stage because something's going on. You're just not, you're just drying out. And that's basically what we did.
Yeah. Where did you finish in Boston again? 4th or 3rd? Fourth. And who was ahead of you? I can't remember the show now.
Steve, Bonac, and Justin.
Bonac won, yeah. So Bonac, Justin, and do you think, I know me and Ben had a conversation about it, and not just Ben, actually, a lot of people thought that you were ahead of Kuklo. How did you feel about your placing? Did you feel like you could have been third?
I was good with it, man. I was good with it. I mean, for me, as I said, this is the first year where I've actually stand on stage with those guys. And for me, it was more or less get confirmation, isn't it? Because I've never stood against those guys before, so I never knew, how it would stack up. So between the Arnold and this show was basically, it was almost like a confirmation that, look, you can hold head to head with these guys. And, most people say, "Oh, you should place high." But I was just happy, man. I was like, man, I can't believe that I'm doing so well next to these guys, So I would be come off stage. I feel excited about that.
But I think that's the first. I don't know about you, James, but to me, that's like it's almost like it goes in levels. Once you stand next to them, and you know you can compare. Now, the next time you step on stage with them, you're going to be like, okay, I want to beat these guys now.
Exactly.
James, do you feel that way about your career? Like kind of like you went in phases?
Yeah, definitely. And there's still people to stand next to. Obviously, I did have the Olympia, and I was fortunate to obviously pip off a few good names, but the caliber of men that placed above are the ones that Samson's standing with this year and doing well against. So I'm kind of hoping to have a similar, venture later this year and be able to do the same. I think Samson's in a really good place right now because these guys you're battling with are those contestants for being around that 6th spot at the Olympia. So it says a lot about you. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it sees you in that top 10, and that's, if you can land at your first Olympia in the top 10 plus above, Jesus Christ, like that's an exceptional start to the time.
It's funny you say that, James. Is when people, and I don't think I mean hardcore fans. I mean more like, because in bodybuilding there's like a really small circle of like hardcore fans, and then there's like a little bit further circle, and then there's people that just watch the Arnold and the Olympia.
Yeah, and
I feel like that middle circle and outside of that, people don't realize that even placing 10th at the Olympia,
it's crazy,
is a huge accomplishment. Because I mean, even being at the Olympia, but if someone says someone says you're 8th at the Olympia, I hear some people
like 8th.
I know, right? I see people online and they say, "Oh, 8th place sucks," and I'm like, I'm like, do you know how many people when you really break it all down between people trying to turn pro and then people who are pro who will never step on the Olympia stage, people who are trying to turn pro for years and years who never get their pro card, to say that you went all the way through and got to the Olympia or the top 10 at the Olympia or the top 6 at the Olympia, it's like
mad.
It's really, really crazy. And I don't think some of the fans that aren't really, really involved in the sport, I don't think they understand
because they're not seeing the in between. They don't see the amount of shows that have to take place in order to even get there. Like even when I look back in hindsight, even though I don't feel last year was a good year, when I look at even being 12th, like I've looked back in history at who's placed 12th before, and there's a lot of good people. So I'm like you gotta go a bit easy on yourself. Like, So if you get that top 10, fucking hell.
So what are you doing now, Sam? And you're already qualified for the Olympia, Samson. So you're just waiting out to the show now.
I'm enjoying my downtime.
Chips.
Nah, man. I mean, at this point, we're just taking having a rest, man. We know we got to obviously make improvement for the Olympia later in the year, and have a little break. Let the body rest out, and then as soon as summer's getting in, you sort of have a off season that goes on to the prep. So we're kind of working it that way. I mean, like you said, we've been competing since the end of last year. And people think that we just started now, so I haven't really had a break yet until now.
Yeah.
So it just felt like, I mean, coming towards the end of that show, I felt exhausted. I felt like, just need a break, man. Definitely need a break. So
I mean, we can also tell people what they don't know, which is what some people don't know is you flew from the Arnold in Ohio back to the UK and then back to Boston in 1 week.
That was literally flew back for 2 days, and I didn't even literally. He's like, okay, get the things out of the bag, put it in the wash, put it back in the bag. Okay, let's go. It was literally that.
Why? So can you explain to everybody why you did that?
Basically, it was a few reasons. Okay, they all wound up. Okay, one, when we went to Boston, Ohio, we had a week. Okay, and we had to look after our dog for that week. Yeah. So after that, it was okay. With Boston, we weren't 100% sure we were going to do it or not. Yeah. So towards that week, we're in Ohio. We thought, okay, should we just do Boston as well? So we booked the flyer and everything else, and we were like, okay, we're going to have to go home and sort the dogs and stuff out before we can fly. So it was a case of, okay, we know we have to go home and restock up and set the dog out and everything else and make it, and then go to Boston. So it was like, hell, just do it. What the hell? So we literally flew back. I think we flew back on a Tuesday morning. We got to the UK. Yeah. I picked up the dog, arranged daycare for the following week, and then literally 2 days, like Thursday evening, we were back on the plane again, flying back to Boston. So it was definitely a stop and go.
James,
can I just say so? I was going to say he's the man that likes to make things difficult.
I was going to say, James,
think of Korea last time as well. Like, he's like, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to rubber band it for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's how you know, like, you've got the heart of, like you say, the Nigerian Lion's the right name.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He
You've
said
got the-
Samson's the opposite of us. You know, like
Yeah.
me
I know,
and
we're
James,
trying to make everything basic and easy.
me and James have
Because-
talked before about how like your schedule is your schedule, and once you're off schedule a little bit, you feel like everything's fucked up.
Yeah.
Samson literally will fly all over the world and like just he's doing cardio in his hotel room, and he's like fucking somehow you still make it fucking work. I have a question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you just send your wife home to
Send
let the
the wife.
dog out? No, I mean like you go let the force the dog out. Listen, if it was me, I'd be like, look, I'm flying to Boston. You fly to
Yeah, come meet
home,
me.
and either I'm gonna do the show by myself and I'll meet you after, or you can come back to Boston
Yeah, but
after you
another
sort out the
thing-
dog.
Yeah, but another thing you guys do, you know, food in the US is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. Like
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much it was because
Yes.
look, when we were doing our peak in Ohio, right? We got meals, we got shopping for everything else, and we weren't buying anything much. We were buying the whole chicken, rice, and everything else, right? And I remember we bought all the food and I went to check it, and it came up to like $250 for
Yeah.
3 days worth of food. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this is what we spent for 2 weeks over here in the UK.
Oh yeah.
So I'm back and we're thinking, okay, so if I have to kind of like do what you said, Flo, over there, I have to find a hotel, and then I have to think about, okay, Uber up and down the place because I didn't drive. And then I got to think about, okay, food for that whole time I'm there. And then if the hotel has to be obviously better with all the cooking communities. And I thought, man, I ain't with that stress, man. I'm like, look, I take an 8-hour flight.
Yeah,
man.
I'd rather fly
Yeah.
across the world and fly back. That seems like less
Yeah.
stress.
You know,
Yeah,
and that's-
Samson's just, I don't know, Samson's kind of sold it to me now. Samson's kind of
No,
sold it.
no, he's not
that's
selling
less
it.
stress.
Come on, how much is the plane ticket? You probably spent $1,000 on the plane ticket. So it's the same thing. You spent
Yeah,
the same
but like-
amount of money.
No, because we weighed it up, and it was just cheaper, and it was. I mean, you rather pay more to be less stressed, don't you? So
Yeah.
it was okay. Look, if I'm going to pay more for a plane ticket, it means I'm less stressed about it. Because
Okay,
what's the 8 hours flight?
But that's my question. So you, in your mind, see, this is where me and you are different.
Yeah. I got a
You're
feeling this.
you're less stressed flying all the way to the UK and back than you would be just flying to a hotel and spending a little more money or whatever. Just to,
Oh yeah,
really.
I mean, because it was easy. It was. I mean, it was an 8 hours flight because you fly 8 hours. You get home. You have 2 days back in your normal gym, back in your normal life, everything else. You eat your normal food and everything else. And then I remember, our supplements as well. We only took
Yeah.
enough for Ohio.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden,
Our
now I got to sort
supplements.
that out in the States. I mean, come on now. You talk about a lot of another peak week in the middle of all that stress. It's just it's going to end badly. You know that. So you're like, look, go home, regroup, get everything sorted, and then fly back out and be like, okay, you're coming in fresh again. Yeah, the flight part is the only part that sucks, but everything else is.
I'm amazed. I'm
Yeah.
amazed by that because like going to the airport to me is a nightmare. I would rather do anything. If I could drive to the UK, I would have drove to the UK and come back. I hate
flying.
I absolutely hate. I don't mind actually being on the plane and flying, but I hate going through the airport and the
Me too.
security and all
Security
that
and
shit. I
everything, yeah.
can't.
Especially when you've got a lot of shit with you, when you're carrying, like, because when you compete, you take, I've normally got like a little rice cooker plugged away
Yeah.
somewhere, like
Oh.
ice pack,
But,
all that. Like.
But do you guys ever always get the one that gets stopped over? When you go to the border, what they call it, pat down and everything. Do you always get pat down?
Mm.
I
Yeah, I
did
don't
during
I get
like when the war in Afghanistan and Iraq was at its peak. I was
yeah,
getting,
so-
I was getting, I was getting-
He looks like
I was
he
getting
looks
random
suspicious.
random check. I was getting.
I was
ran-
always with you every
Yeah.
time.
I got a random check coming back from freaking Ohio.
Did you really?
Oh, I got a random check.
But
It
I
was
think it's
your name
because-
was
I think it's because we're bodybuilders, right? So like maybe
Oh,
they,
for
have,
sure.
they think we have some gear or something. I don't know, but
Yeah,
That's
they've
it.
gone through my. They've gone through my.
I would hand my luggage in. I was about to go on the plane, and they was like, "Oh, excuse me, sir." They scanned the passport, and it was like, "You've been selected for a random check." And I'm like, you know what? I was all right with it. My lady, she flipped out. She was like, "What you mean? Why him?
That's
Why
what
him?
my-
Why him? What are you trying to say? Was it because he's black? Why him?" And I'm like, "No, just calm down. And she was flipping out more than I
was it?
was.
That's awesome.
Was it a lady that patted you down or a man?
It was actually a lady that went through because
She just wanted a copper fill. She just wanted to feel the muscles, man.
yeah, 100%.
Because
Yeah.
and she was they checked to your food bag as well. You ever get that? They go to your food
Yeah,
bag and they're
I
like,
got that.
what's this? And what's this? I'm like, yeah, that's salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they did that to me once. So once driving, because what we do here is a lot of times I would drive across the border to Detroit because it's right across the border. It's 5 minutes. So I would drive across the border to Detroit and get a flight there because you can get more direct flights and they're cheaper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So crossing the border though, they would pull me over and then they went through my entire food bag. What's this? I'm like, it's chicken.
Oh.
What's this? I'm like, it's broccoli. What's this? It's rice.
There used to be a
And
lot
then-
of stuff on food though.
They're like, is
Yeah.
it raw or is it cooked? And then you have to,
Yeah.
like, and
It's
then
not like that with food so much anymore.
yeah, and then once going through the airport, I had my protein powder in my shaker cup.
No.
And they're like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's protein powder." Like, we're gonna have to check it. I'm like, "It's not fucking cocaine, man." I'm like, "It's fucking-"
Yeah.
So they're like, they checked it. They put it on a. How do they do it, Paul? They take it on, like, take a little scoop of it and they put it on like a test strip
Yeah.
or anything.
They got these little test strips or ion scanners.
Yeah.
The,
So I was
the
like, whatever.
narcotics tester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
5 grams of protein in there. It's illegal.
Yeah.
We can't have that.
yeah,
I think
So
the only
now-
places they get really funny with food now is when you're going like, I know if you go to like Australia, because obviously if you bring in something that could, like if you bring in seeds or stuff like that that could change
Yeah.
the potential
Agriculture.
environment. Yeah,
Yeah.
culture.
There's stuff like that with soil. Like if you're bringing in plants and they got dirt on them still,
Yeah.
that's a big deal because the different soils could have whatever in it.
Bacteria or some sort, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Paul deals with this stuff all day long at the border.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or-
True.
Yeah.
So after the show, Samson, now you're just chill, nothing.
Yeah, chilling.
So I
Taking it
saw
easy
this,
now.
but I feel like, I've been, you've been working with Hostile since the beginning, pretty much.
Mhm, mhm.
And, I've been watching you kind of grow and go through the ranks. And I feel like a different lifestyle has come about. 'Cause I'm like,
man. Honestly, it has. I ain't gonna lie, it has, and he's weird.
look, I gotta show you guys. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go?
Oh no, it's gone. It's gone. It's already gone.
Is it
Yeah,
gone?
You see it now. It's gone already. We went out this morning. Nah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
Look, there's a reason. There is a reason.
Wait,
behind
let's
it.
go.
Okay.
We'll go to that in a minute. 1 second. So
All
look
right.
at-
There's a
look-
reason behind it. It's gone.
is
already.
this your house, Samson?
This is right now. They downstairs still.
Oh, you just left them for the podcast.
2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is your house?
Yeah.
See, like, this is a huge upgrade from the previous
Oh,
home. Yeah, you're living it up now.
Hey, I was living
Yeah.
in an apartment. I was living in a 1-bedroom
Great.
apartment not long ago. You
Oh,
know,
yeah?
Nice to see.
just moved in.
Look at
yeah.
this. Samson knows how to fucking eat. This is what
Fucking right. Yeah.
I need an
Paul,
invite
we're
to
gonna
this.
go to the Arnold UK. We're gonna go to Samson. He's
I
gonna,
would love to go to Arnold UK.
he's gonna
Oh,
set
yeah.
he's gonna set this up for us. We're gonna have a big feast at
Oh,
Samson.
yeah,
Yeah.
welcome, man.
No, but you're living good now, man. I'm like,
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
I like seeing that the change.
Well, this is what you work hard for, isn't it? This is
For
why
sure.
he's kicking
True,
ass on
true.
stage and
So I'm gonna tell you.
I heard you were talking about cars. What? When was that?
Yes.
You were talking about it as well. And someone said that you were looking what? Was it Corvette or M8?
I was looking at an M8 because the Corvettes aren't out yet. But I want the Corvette Z06. But
All right. Well, you were looking at the M8s though.
I saw your story this morning, and I'm like, I gave Samson a new contract. Now he's buying a BMW.
It's paying well for that.
So Samson re-signed. Samson
Look.
re-signed for a year. Like, this is like we renegotiated his contract like a week ago. So,
About a
so we
car right away.
renegotiated his contract, and I look at the store and he's in a
He's
BMW.
just
and
gone
I'm
and
like,
got a BM.
like, fucking, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
cheers,
it.
Look, the plan was right. You know, I had an agreement with my missus. Okay, we're gonna sort out everything else first, and everything we've had backlog in it. And then we said, okay, if you do the Arnold, you do well.
Yeah.
You can buy the car of your dreams.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the deal we had like months ago. If you do,
I
well,
love
you
it.
buy
I love hearing that.
So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, fair enough. So it gave me really motivated me to the diet, you know. So obviously you could like, hell, I'm like, yeah,
Fuck the Arnold. I just want the
Like,
car.
shit, I got something to look forward to now. So after we did Arnold and everything else, obviously we did well. So I was like, okay, so what is it? You know, so before I was looking at the Mercedes, you know, S63.
That's nice.
You were
Yeah.
talking about that too.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I went to test drive it, and it wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be.
No. Yeah.
You know. So
Agreed.
the other day, my friend called me and he was like, "Look, have you tried out the 8 Series, the 850i yet? Why don't you go test that out?"
Yeah.
So I was like, "Hell!" So that's what we went and did. So I was like, "Yeah, okay, no,
What
I
did
want
you-
one."
What did you think of it?
Oh, it was awesome.
Okay,
It was
but I
awesome.
want to show the car to James because he probably
Yeah, let me
doesn't
see
know
because
what
I
it
need to. I'm fucking lost.
is. Once I know that's why I want to. I know James.
I'm sitting there like, oh,
Other than
James.
say,
James with cars is like me with video games.
yes.
Okay, so this is the car he test drove. You test drove the 2-door, correct?
Yeah,
I
2-door.
was-
So this is the car. Well, I mean, that's got special rims on it, but that's pretty much the car.
That's pretty much it.
Like that's it. That's
Oh,
it
wow.
stock.
yeah, that's the exact one.
Jesus Christ, how much you paying him
Yeah.
for
Hey man, Samson's
Make him over.
top 10 of the world. He's doing well now.
that? Yeah, no,
Um,
this is nice.
No, but Samson, I only have one thing to say,
Yeah.
and I don't know if
Yeah.
you'll agree with me, but I think because I was looking at these, I like the 4-door better.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why?
but just because it still looks sporty, but it's a little more functional. Like, you have a dog and stuff.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You go like how many cars and how many 4x4s? And you really need one that's functional
No.
as a 4-door. Where are you going with that? Like, really? You
I
don't
just-
function. Jump in the 4x4.
I just like the way the 4-door looks. I like the
Oh,
extra
no.
the
Forget
length
all.
on it. It looks a
It
little
reminds me of
beefier.
the Porsche Panorama.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
a
that's
little bit.
exactly
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
When
yeah.
it's got the 4-door, yeah.
Let me see. I just want to go 4-door black. Just as it'll look nicer. Like that.
It still looks. Oh no, that just looks like any other BMW though.
Yeah, I don't know, Ford.
You like the
It
2-door
does
better?
not. I don't know about that.
I'm not a car guy, but I still like a saloon.
Let me see the two-door
Yeah.
again, Fred.
I love that you say saloon. It's such a UK thing.
Saloon, baby.
Where is the 2-door? Sorry, I got to go back.
I actually had a BMW. I used to have a BMW.
Which one?
I had a 3 Series, a 3
Those are
2.0.
nice.
Yeah, CI.
See,
Look at that.
that-
Yeah,
that's
that
a
2-door.
two-door.
That 2-door is
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Yeah, C2.
Is that a 2-seater?
Dude, you
That's
know this
James
thing does
Bond
0. You know the M8 does 0 to 60 in like 2.8 seconds.
Fuck.
oh yeah,
It's
I'm not racing.
ridiculously fast.
it's ridiculous.
You're gonna make me have to get a nice car now, Samson. And,
Yes, James, we can't close, man. We can't. We gotta be balling now. We gotta be
I
like,
need,
yeah.
I need to stop buying PCs and shit.
Stop buying fucking computers and buy a car.
What do you drive now?
I've just no wait, because I say this before, just laughs. I've
Yeah, but you're not a car
fucking-
guy. Listen, I gotta
I've
tell you
got-
something. Can I tell you something, James, before you answer?
Go on, go on.
I've always been jealous of Paul because Paul is always buying the practical, good on gas, not expensive. And I'm like jealous because he doesn't give a shit at all.
Got to fit the budget.
He's got to fit the budget.
I
Yeah.
go for fucking like sustainability,
Yeah.
affordability. But my car's still worth quite a lot. It's like it's a 20 plate. It's fucking.
Tell us
you know what I mean?
what it is,
Brand new
James.
one
Let's
as well.
call it.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
It's
What's
it's
a
a
20 plate?
it's a Ford.
A
20 plate. A 20 plate means it's like the year 2020.
I thought you were a car then. It's a Ford Cougar STX.
Oh, yeah? Like a 4-door sedan?
Yeah, but it's a red one, nice color, but it's not like a normal shitty red. It's a good red.
I'm sure it's nice. I
I
got
know
a
you're
Ford
gonna, I know
Explorer.
you're gonna rip me now.
Like this one.
Oh,
That red there, you know, that on left. Yeah, that's a nice car, bruv. Come on,
Is
That
this
is
it?
a nice car.
yeah, don't fuck with my car, bruv.
This is what I
Listen,
see.
that's
you.
a nice, responsible automobile.
Yes.
Exactly, responsible.
This
adult.
is what James should be driving right here.
Oh,
You can't drive that in the UK though.
Yeah.
You don't
There's
get
no
that in
space.
the
The
UK.
gas
Oh,
is
do
too
you know how
much.
badly I wanted that though? We don't
The
get it
gas.
in the UK.
You don't get
Yes.
you don't get them here, do we?
Oh, James, did I tell you what happened when Ford came to pick us up from the hotel when we were in
No.
the car?
This
Okay.
is not
Did
that
I
big a
tell you what
deal.
happened?
It's not that big
What
a deal.
happened?
It is
What
a
did you
big
do?
deal. I got to tell you what happened. Right? So I just had an interview with him in the room, right? And he's like, okay, do you guys need to lift back to your hotel? I'm like, yeah, cool, all right, yeah, thanks, man. So he calls up reception and goes, can you get my car ready? And we were like, really? Just
But
like
that's
that?
valet. It's valet.
Hold on. We got down to the reception, right? And the valet comes in, opens the door. Here's your car, sir. And the door opens up. You have this massive, insane-looking Escalade. Was it
We got
Escalade?
like
Yeah,
Escalade.
Escalade.
It's an
Dude,
Escalade. Yeah.
This thing is so insane, right? You open the door and the foot pedal comes out so you can stand and climb into it. It's ridiculous. My missus don't know anything about cars, and she saw that and she goes, "That's a nice car. You got to get that."
You
That's a
can get,
modern day. That's a modern day. You know, like when, like in fucking Cinderella, when they pull up in the fucking
the chariot. Or
Yeah.
the,
chariot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Literally,
That was
that's
definitely
like
a chariot.
let's take you to the ball.
Listen, Samson's my man. I can't fucking. He showed up he showed up at my hotel in an Uber. I'm like, I can't make him go back in an Uber.
Yeah,
So
no, he had to.
I took
You
him
got to
back.
roll with it. Like,
Yeah.
let me show you how we really roll around
Yeah.
here.
No, it was good. We had a good time, man. Well, I'm happy for you, Samson. It looks like life is all going in the right direction. And
thanks.
are you going to get the car or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna get it. I want a different color though.
Why? You don't like black?
No, it's still
What?
low key in black. I want something black. It's a
Well, you
nice
want
car. I
something-
want it to
you're-
stand out.
you know
Just
what?
stand out a bit.
What are they available in?
That's a culture thing. You want a flashy.
No, okay, look, you're in the UK. Oh, hold on. You do realize where I'm living. I'm in the UK.
Yeah.
I'm a big black guy driving
Yeah.
a black car with tinted out windows with black rims.
We'll get pulled over
Immediately
everywhere.
I pull up anywhere. The
Yeah.
first thought that goes through anybody's head is drug
Drug
dealer.
dealer.
Yeah.
Drug
Yeah,
dealer.
but you
Exactly.
think so? You think if it's like blue, they're not going to think that?
You look a bit more.
At least he looks a little bit more like, oh, he might work in the
Yeah.
office in London.
Yes, office. Yes,
He's a
you look like you do.
Yeah,
You do
he might work in an office at 300 pounds.
He works with numbers. He works in. You know.
Tell
It's true
me,
though. It's true.
tell me what color you want. I wanted to see.
I want a blue one. There's the launch edition blue one. It's like blue with like a black and brown interior. It looks nice.
You mean the tan interior?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I like that one. So like
Not
this?
the more baby blue one.
Oh, really? Like a light.
It's a lighter blue one.
I think it's the one I was just showing you.
The A50i one. You see it? M850i.
Like this.
That one.
Oh,
one.
like the M4
that's
used to have
nice.
when it
Yeah,
came out.
that's the one. Yeah, that one exactly.
Yeah.
I
What's that,
still think
faded blue?
drug dealer.
That's higher class drug dealer. That's expensive drugs.
This
That's
is
what we-
this is recreational drugs. The black one is. Well, I'm happy for you, man. When are you gonna get it? Do you know?
Thanks, man.
When are you gonna get it? Do you know?
Probably next week.
Next week. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good for you, Samson.
Thanks.
James, what's going on with you, brother? Anything new this week?
Not a lot, just the same old.
Why don't the UK duo? You guys are top in the world in the UK. I mean, Nathan is as well, obviously. But why don't you guys train together more?
Well, I'm going to see Nate. I'm going to go see Samson on Sunday, isn't it?
On Sunday, when next week Sunday, yeah.
What are you guys going to do? Just training?
His friend, well, our friend, but Samson's very good friend. Chris has had a gym that's been open for a year, so it's like a birthday for the gym.
What gym
so I'm
is
going
it?
to come down. Evolution, is it fitness? Is it?
Evolution Fitness, yeah.
It's a nice little. It's like a proper. It's like a
Nice,
London.
proper-
Like it's not London, but it's like what we have in London.
Didn't you guys just do a posing seminar I saw too?
No, we just
no,
we had a
two
meeting,
bros.
didn't we?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
was
we
it,
had a
sorry?
meeting with it. It was an IFBB.
Oh,
meeting,
meet and
like,
greet. Oh,
What is it? Is it a hardcore gym, Samson, or no?
Oh yeah, definitely is. I mean,
Is
I
it
think-
which one is this it here? Or no?
I don't think you'll find it. You won't find it. You definitely won't find it.
He's
on
only
Google,
just-
right? It's not that
it's
kind of
quite
gym.
small.
It's definitely
Oh.
hardcore like that. I think.
Okay.
It's more of a. It's on Instagram, to be fair.
So are you guys just going for a meet and greet, or are you going to train while you're there?
Well, he's doing a meet and greet. He's a special guest. I just said I'll come down because
okay.
I didn't know I was gonna. Yeah,
Man, he's special guests as well, man. They know you're gonna have another world top pro come to your gym and you be like, oh no, he's not special guest. He's just here.
well,
Just here to take pictures. Don't worry about him.
I didn't know I was going to see Samson at the meeting the other day because I wasn't sure where he was.
Yeah.
So I planned on going to, because I said to Chris to be able to come and basically say hi to both of them, and because obviously Samson had a really good season so far, I basically wanted that to be my come and say hello, kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
But I obviously saw Samson the other day, but I'm still going to go because it'll be nice to see them again. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Um,
You guys couldn't train together anyway, even if you wanted to, though, because you have
yeah,
kind
we're
of
not that far
different
apart.
styles. No, but it's not the distance; it's just style of
There's
training.
not- there is, but then I'm. He's strong, so he lifts big weight anyway. So I
You
can.
know, I'm always open to new things, man. And that's
But I
the
don't-
one thing I know is I'm always open to try new things. So I want to try James style because James lifts, man,
We do
he'll break
different
my back.
Don't
Seriously.
train with James. Don't do his style. You're gonna hurt yourself, and we're fucked. We're all fucked.
No. Listen, I would never make someone adjust their training. Even if they train on me, I would do what I do and they do what they do. Just do the same exercises.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
just meant because
True.
Samson trains more like I do. It's like more higher volume, it's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Whereas James is a little bit more lower volume and a little bit more rest in between sets and things. So it's kind of it's a hard thing to
Yeah, true.
marry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
You
is.
do a lot of Milos training, Samson, with
yeah.
drop sets and
Yeah.
giant sets. And
I love that. I love all that.
yeah.
I think Samson trains more like we do, Paul.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yesterday
volume.
we tried to do a little bit of what James does yesterday, but I don't know if it was. Well, we just
You know
did
what?
we started with leg press,
Yeah.
and we the problem is we're both old, so we need a lot of warm-ups. So but
Yeah.
we started with leg press, and then we only did like 4 to 6 reps for each set because they're like these are just feeders. We're not going to do
Yeah.
we're not going to do 10s, we're not going to do 12s.
Yeah.
We do like 4 reps, and we just kept going until the last
To
till
get
we
to
got
that
like
weight,
till we got like
yeah.
10 plates, and then we went like, okay, we're going to do like 15 to 20.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know, because we still ended up doing more reps for feeders than I think most people do, and we're only going up by 1 plate, so we did like
Yeah.
10 sets. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, but you know what? I'm like that with especially with squatting. If I go in the gym and squat, I've spent 90 minutes before I even do my first set.
Really? 90
for your
minutes?
first working set, you mean? Yeah, like a whole bunch of.
Wow.
Honestly, like I'm getting old. That's how long it takes me. Like my knees when I'm
say 90. What are you doing for 90 minutes?
Mate, honestly, I've spent an hour and a half before I even do my first working set.
Wow.
We
Wow.
do that, but it's because
We
we're
was talking, yeah.
Yeah, no, mine's literally like I honestly I'll do like 0 plates 3 times over. one plate 3 times over, 2 plates 3 times over, like a couple of reps each time.
Yeah.
Because
How much break?
I take a long time to be ready, like, you know.
How much
wonder
break
if-
between sets? How long's your breaks?
When I actually do a set, it's like fucking 10 minutes.
Really? Eh? Wow.
I take a
Paul,
long, I'll only do like 2 sets.
Yeah.
Paul, remember we tried like a while back, I think one of the very first times Paul was on the podcast, we were talking to Ben about JP style of training.
Yeah.
And we decided, you know what, let's give it a shot, which is probably a bad idea because we've been training a certain way for so long. It's kind of hard to
Right.
change. But
Yeah.
we're like, you know what, let's give it a shot anyway. The first week, it felt pretty good. Second week, I had a little bit of I don't want to say a pec tear, but something like I tweaked something in my chest.
Strain, a bit strain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it's because we're not doing that, Paul. We got in there and we did like a little bit of pec deck, and then we got onto the bench and we did like, 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, 4, and then 4. And it's like we're
And
not
going
doing
fast.
Yeah, like we're not taking as much time as James is doing the feeders and just getting
Yeah.
the muscle primed for
Yeah.
the heavier weight.
Yeah. It's like
I would-
we go one after another pretty much.
Does JP take as much time as you do to get ready for his big lifts?
He's quite fit. Like, you'll be surprised how fit that fucker is. Like, he can
Fit
go
meaning
quite quick.
fit meaning he works fast.
Yeah. He's got very good cardiovascular. So like, he doesn't have a long break. Like, I take longer than him.
Yeah. But
Wow.
does he still do like those, even if the rest is short, does he still do like a ton of feeders?
Yeah, but then typically, yeah. So Jordan's very much that feeder, but he feeds up so quick to his working weight.
Yeah.
Too quick for me. Like, I've been
Yeah.
with Jordan before, and I'm like, I'm not actually ready to get to my working yet, and he's already there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
jump.
Like,
He makes-
he can
he
make
makes-
bigger jumps, and he's
Yeah.
fine for it. I'm not that kind of guy. So if anything, if I train with Jordan too much, I end up getting broken.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
interesting to me how you can have styles that are the same, but even within those styles,
Within it,
there's
it has to
so
be still-
many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, the tough part to relay to people watching, because they're like, I train like JP, or I train like Samson, or I train like James, but there's still so many variances. Even if you train like James and JP, as you just heard, there's still like a huge difference in the way they use that system.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I will say this as well, though. A lot of the time, I do train more along the lines of like how Samson probably trains, because I am very instinctive. So if I go in the gym on a day and I know that I'm not going to be able to go into that upper echelon of my lower rep strength,
Yeah.
then I'll be like, let's be more sensible today and work in a rep range that's more moderate.
Yeah.
And I'll work with that. Like, I literally just, I don't force myself by a logbook. I'm not the guy that's like, I have to beat these numbers today.
I was just going to
Oh,
say
right.
that.
Yeah.
So Paul and Samson, I had a conversation with Justin was on last week, and we were talking about, because Justin is very, very all about the logbook
Mhm.
and the progressive overload and making sure, because he wants to measure his strength, and measuring strength or reps or progression, he's measuring muscle gain. That's his
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
And I was trying to express that I'm more like, the reason I don't like the logbook is because you don't always feel the same in the gym.
Yeah, true.
Like
Right.
some days you go in, you feel strong as hell, and then some days you go in and maybe things just don't feel like they're clicking the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I really like that James said that, because it even goes further to allow people that do like your style of training to realize that,
You don't have to be.
yeah,
Okay, no.
It's
It's
weird,
changed. It's changed as I've got older. Throughout. It's like,
Yeah.
as I've got older and there's more on the line.
Yeah.
Like, we got contracts to keep now. We got fucking
Yeah.
eyes on us. Like, I am a lot more sensible, I would say, now than I used to be.
Yeah.
well, there's
Yeah,
more to
I
lose.
feel
There's
that.
more to lose.
A lot
Yeah.
more. Everything's
When you're 25 and you want to squat 8 plates, it doesn't matter
It's
because
fine.
you have nothing to lose. Like,
No, you haven't got anything yet. So,
yeah, yeah, it's like,
do you know what I mean? Don't
well,
fucking-
plus when you're 25, your fucking joints are like rubber. Like nothing
they
can
are.
hurt you.
They really are.
Invincible. Yeah.
Sorry, Samson, go ahead. You were gonna say
Like what you say, like, because I always get asked about the whole keeping the log and everything else in training session. I always do find, like, don't you find it like, because you said you're never the same every day.
Yeah.
Like, there's some days you come in and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to smash today. And there's some days you come in and you're like, man, I just want to get this shit over and done with. I'm tired of the hell.
Yeah.
So if you always have that target where you feel like every day you got to break a record or break something you've done in the past,
Yeah.
surely you must have days where you just like, it's just not happening.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
more-
I think the logbook, what you have to do with a logbook is you have to be someone that's very, very, very mathematical in their existence.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have- a logbook's for the guys that literally have no variables on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So, I mean, outside the gym as well, meal times exactly the same, meal intake is exactly the same, fluid intake is exactly, they measure everything.
I actually,
Therefore, the reason they measure everything, even sleep, is because they then have no variables and no reason particularly to feel any different.
Yeah.
But as a human, we do feel different.
Right.
Us lot aren't as on it as they are with the whole trying to measure the rest of the day in such a acute way.
Yeah.
I have been in the past, and don't get me wrong, if you can do that and not feel stressed, then it's great and you can make massive progress. But if it costs you your well-being,
Yeah.
and your peace,
Yeah.
then you have to understand, is it worth it? And that's why I've taken a step back from being so like that and allowed my instincts to be a little bit more at the forefront, because then I feel less stressed and I feel like, I don't know, it's less pressure.
Well,
Sure.
it's very, and I said that exact thing to Justin, because in his defense, he said, our job as professionals is to make sure there are no variables, and you can be primed and ready to go every time you step in the gym. So I agree with him in that regard. But I also said, and James, like a perfect example of how small a difference could be for people listening is if you decide you want to game for an extra 2 hours one night, like if you normally go to bed at 11 o'clock and you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm going to keep gaming for like till 2 a.m. Your strength the next day will be affected.
It'll be down.
Just from that little small thing of like 2 hours less sleep.
Yeah.
So,
And like say, and then if you have to, that changes your meal timings.
Yeah.
Let's say you have to train after one meal the next day, you might feel very different than having 2 meals.
yeah.
Digestion. Sorry, Samson. Last thing. Even if you have 1 meal before training, it's exactly the same. The time after training, depending on how long you leave it, can affect your training. If that meal's fully digested, you'll feel great. If you've been rushed to the gym after that meal, you won't.
Yeah.
So even those small things, like on paper, it's the same.
Is very
It's not.
small things can make a big difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Samson, you're going to say something?
Even motivationally, like, I mean, we all know that you have days where you just don't feel great. You know, you're having bad days, motivation, and you have days where you feel like, yeah, you're the shit, and you want to go to the gym and kill it.
Yeah.
But mentally, it's just life. That's what life is. You know, you have days where things just are not working out right because mentally you're just not in it like that. And we all have it where you go to the gym some days and you feel like crap and you don't have the best sessions. And you have days where you feel, I'm feeling really good today, and you come in and you kill it, or even the opposite way around. You know, you feel like you feel better.
I think the older you get, the more you get those responsibilities.
Yeah, true.
I will add to that topic as well. Today's one of them days where I'm like, I've got a lot of motivation because Yannicka the pleb got asked by AJ from Norway. You know AJ, that's like that.
Yeah.
Who's the best British bodybuilder? Me, you, or Nathan? She only went and said Nathan. I said, Yannicka, I said, do you think Samson's good lady would ever say any of us are better than him?
That's right.
I was like, damn. I said, I'm like, damn, you're too matter of fact.
Yeah.
She's like, he's won 8 shows.
She's like, I did the math.
I was like, man. So yeah, and today now I'm like, oh God, like, the gym. Believe in me.
James, let me ask you a serious question. Did you guys get in a fight about it?
Oh man, I had a little bit of a tiff. Hey man, I was very much like, I was like, listen.
I'm number one. You got it.
I'm like, there's some things you do and there's some things you don't.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, do you think Eddie's wife, when he was getting ready for that fight before, even knowing that he's going to get battered, ever told him he's not going to win?
Never.
Yeah.
I said, you never tell your man or your partner they're not going to win.
Well, it's different. It's different if it's in private. Like I always,
it's different if they're from Norway and they're matter of fact.
No, but I just mean like, listen, I always wanted the 100% truth from my wife. When I was competing, I was like, look, don't fucking lie to me.
Yeah, no.
If I don't look good, I want to know I look like shit. If I'm not like, it's same thing with Paul. Like when I ask him, like when I'm getting ready for a show, if I'm off, tell me I'm off. And in my wife, if I'm like, look, if I was like, do you think I could beat this guy? I'm like, I want her to tell me the truth.
Yeah,
right? But if she's talking in public, I'm the fucking best.
Yeah, exactly. if Mr. Joe Blogs comes over with a camera and goes, hello, love.
Yeah.
Who's the best body? What's your wife going to say?
Yeah, she's going to say me, 100%, always. Yeah.
I had to get that out there.
Yeah, you want your wife to be your number one cheerleader. I mean, that's just
absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, even guys in normal life, right? Like every guy in their normal life, not outside of bodybuilding, wants their girl, and their girl probably wants the same thing from the guy.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be your number one cheerleader. So if they say somebody else is better at whatever the fuck it is, you're like,
red.
Whether it's true or not.
James went red.
I even called up Patrick and I said, Pat, am I overacted here? I literally FaceTime Pat and I was like, I just want to ask you something.
What do you say?
How?
Yeah, she's like, she's your biggest fan, and he said, he was like, you know, Yannicka, he said that she's very matter of
fact.
Yeah.
And she looks at it like 8. She says 8-2. She looks at it like 8 wins to 2.
It's a scorecard. Yeah.
But then that's when I was like, yeah, but you know,
I get it. But
Samson's missus is never going to say I'm better than him just because I've won 2 pro shows. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he's won. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, the numbers don't matter.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Nathan, you are very good, and I respect that, but I'm never going to let her say that again because that's.
He has to lie. Goddamn it! Who cares?
Yeah, that's right.
I just want to go back to the logbook thing for one second. I had a second. I had a guy DM me actually, and I just want to bring this up. One of the points we were making about the differences. It's also, we're talking to a bunch of people who aren't professional bodybuilders who have actual jobs. So people with jobs, people with kids, people with, you know, other responsibilities, they can't make their days the same. Their day is going to, and Paul can attest to that. He's got 2 daughters, and like just the guy that DM me was a firefighter. He's like, look,
oh God,
we work shift work. He's like, we work 4 days on, or 3 days on. I think he said 3 days on, 4 days off. He's like, so my week is completely different every fucking day. It's like, you know, my sleep is good, then my sleep is bad. I'm like working, then I'm not working. And he's like, so it's very, very hard to have a logbook if everything is so all over the place that you can't have that same, you know, you can't eliminate those variables in your day.
Well, I was never a pro, but I trained with you for, you know, all these years.
You trained like one. You trained you're a bodybuilder.
Well, I always tried to at least bring, you know, like my best to the gym so that, you know, because I'm a training partner, right? So, but yeah, those variables add up all the time. You know, there's nothing you can do about it. So, you know.
Yeah. I mean, there's days like right now, Paul, there's days where you have to go pick up your girls and you got to train earlier. And there's days where you have to work and you got to train later. And those things all matter.
Kids are up at night, or you worked harder that day, you didn't sleep well that night. There's a lot of different reasons.
Yeah. So there's a host of reasons why it's, I mean, but on the flip side, just to defend, you know, Justin and JP and all these people who do logbooks, on the flip side of it, it's a really good way to measure your progress if you can keep the variables to a minimum.
It's great also in a diet because you can at least monitor if strength is kind of holding.
Yeah.
And when strength is kind of holding in a diet, you're quite likely to have held a good amount of that off-season tissue. So you know, I'm not anti-logbook at all. Like I've used it loads. I used to have them and sell them. But I just, you can only go by your living standards and what suits you. So if it suits one, that's great. If it doesn't another, that's great.
I like that you said that because me and Paul talk about this, and I'm probably too repetitive in saying this, but I just need to drill this home to people. People think that if you have one style, it means you're against the other.
Wrong.
And that's not the case. So whether it comes to high volume training or low volume training or training with free weights or training with fucking machines or logbook or no logbook, I'm not against any of that. It's like whatever suits you. Like I've said to Paul, if I could do JP's kind of training and not feel like I might get injured or whatever, I would love to do it. I would love to go back to when I was 20 years old and have JP teach me. Right. But when I was 20 years old, somebody who was a high volume trainer taught me. So that was my style, but I don't by any means disregard the other styles. It's just what, you know what I mean? What you like.
Yeah. The interesting debate is you wonder which way would be safer long-term, like as far as injury prevention.
Well, there's two schools of thought, right? One is the high volume is too much wear and tear. But then the other school of thought is that the high intensity is too much weight.
Right. Yeah. So I wonder, you know,
because you look at and you can look at bad examples of both. Like if you look at Dorian Yates, he had a whole bunch of tears from doing the high intensity training. And if you look at like Ronnie Coleman, I mean, Ronnie Coleman was a bad example because he's like super heavy.
He's lifting those loads.
But I mean, I guess you could look at some positives. Like if you look at Jay Cutler, he's done high volume and not super heavyweight, and he's kind of come out unscathed. So, but then you look at Branch Warren, who's a high volume guy, and he's got a lot of injuries. So I don't know. It really depends on genetics too. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Yeah, everyone's
ultimately everything we ever discussed on this podcast, really, obviously there is that whole it's possible, but then the genetic is the underline of everything, whether your body can tolerate something or not. And it's like we've said before, you know, even when it comes to the subs, one man could do this much and get a lot. Someone else could do double and get less. It's
Right.
That's bodybuilding at the end of the day.
Samson, I want to go back to the relationship thing. Would your wife, I mean, I kind of know your wife from meeting her and talking to you a little bit, but would your wife always say that you're the best? Or is she straight up with you?
No, she's straight up. She's straight up. She's literally for how many years she's been my harshest critic.
What about in public?
Even in Boston, she had a go. She was ripping me apart. You know, I don't know. She was ripping me apart. So
what do you mean ripping you apart? How?
Really good, because then when she does give me a compliment, she says, "Look, you're looking really good." I know where it's coming from. I know that is genuine.
That's why I like the honesty. Yeah.
You know, but I know for a fact that she. I mean, there was been times in the past where I'm like, man, I think I'm putting on some mask. I'm looking good. She's like, yeah. Just take away the little hope. I
feel like
he's like that the whole time.
I feel like with your wife too, because of the accent, it's almost like it's almost more hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you know, like when like someone you love try to give you bad news, they try to like ease you in, like, you know, I really love you. You know, I gotta tell you that honestly, you just need a little bit more of this, so you need a little more. Like, she don't do that. She's just like, nah, you're not hard enough. Nah.
Again, let me just.
Like, but no.
There's a correlation here because both of our good ladies are Europeans.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they're so harsh. They're so bluntly straight up, and you almost just take it on the chin and just stand there going,
the accent makes
my wife is definitely straight up with me, but because I don't know, maybe it's the North American thing, she's softer about it. She's more gentle with my feelings. She won't be like, it's not abrupt. It doesn't come at me that way.
Yeah, some of them present it better.
Paul, what about in your normal life? Are you getting roasted or what?
Oh man, I'm always getting roasted, man. She's always. I mean, look, we went out for a meal. Look what she did. And you know what? Right? We were there, and the whole time, you guys were talking, and I was kicking her leg on the table. Don't say it.
Because we were talking about.
Don't say anything.
Yeah.
I knew what she was thinking. I knew exactly what she was gonna. And I was saying, no.
I want to know this.
Don't do it.
Let me fill James in. So James on a podcast like a month ago, Justin told everybody that he's got a big dick. That's his, like, he was serious. He's like, I'm carrying like a pretty good weapon. So we had a good laugh about it. So we keep bringing it up just to bug him now. We're like, okay, big Dick Shire, right? So we're at the Columbus, we're after the Arnolds, we're having dinner. The whole hostile team is having dinner. And we're laughing about it and we're talking about it. And like halfway through the dinner, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I'm like, Samson's at the fucking end of the table. I'm like,
he's definitely got a big one.
So his wife was listening to us. His wife was listening to us talk to Justin the whole time
about his dick,
about Justin's dick. And Samson's kicking her, going, "Don't say anything. Don't say anything." And then finally, I said something because I'm like, "Wait a minute, we're forgetting Samson over there. He's probably fucking carrying the most." And then James put up his side cock shot, and now we don't know. Now we don't know. Did you see the side cock, Samson?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, fuck. You missed out, brother.
No, let's see. What?
Okay, let's see.
Samson's beating my side cock easy.
It's become a thing now.
Listen, I'll say this, for a white fellow, it's not too bad.
James got a lot of
side cock.
I like the look on your face.
You know when you always get the emojis in the comments.
Look at this guy right here.
Wow. Yeah, baby.
Wow. Massive.
Oh no.
Look at the look on James' face too.
Packing heat, bro.
You guys are fucked up, man.
Those comments are the best. I love them.
Okay.
You guys
want to do some questions?
Sure.
All right. I just put a thing up, so we'll see who's all in. We're going to be, before we go on, I just want to say a couple things about what we're doing because I'm really proud and I want to just share with everybody because not everybody's on Instagram. So a couple things. Samson is coming to Toronto.
Yes.
He's guest posing at me and Paul's show.
Great.
On May 28th. So if you guys don't have tickets are available at fuadabiatchampionships.com. And we're 8 weeks out from that. And then we also
the stage, Samson. You're gonna love this theater too. It's nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, we have a really,
Awesome.
really nice theater for you. It's a big
Beautiful.
stage.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, and then after that, Samson's going to come to Windsor and we're going to do some content at the Hostile Gym before he goes back to the UK. So that's really, really cool. And we also have, I wanted to mention, we have Dan Garner, who is a performance lab analyst, doing a health and blood work supplement after prejudging. So anybody who buys a prejudging ticket can stay. And the athletes that are in the show will get a free taped recording of the health and blood work seminar, because a while back after Sean passed and John passed, we had some talks on the podcast about IFBB and what they should do. Maybe they should do blood work testing, and maybe they should do this and that. And none of that is really, you can't force people to get blood work or anything, but what we can do is help educate. So I took it upon myself to bring Dan into our show, to me and Paul's show, to help educate anybody who wants to watch and to help educate the athletes by giving them a free recording. Oh, and by the way, it's a free seminar. So you buy a prejudging ticket, you stay. And if you don't buy a prejudging ticket and you want to just come to the seminar after prejudging, you can walk in for free. We just want as many people there to kind of watch and learn about health and blood work and all that, because we want people to bodybuild. We want to always promote bodybuilding, but we want people to try and do it in a sensible way so we can limit as many
more bodybuilders.
Yeah,
we can have more bodybuilders and they stick around for longer.
Well, we just want people to we want to try and put a better face on bodybuilding, because if people are getting injured and people are passing away and this and that,
it's hard to find a good doctor to talk about this stuff too. And that,
That's the other thing too, is it's hard to get good information. So I think if we can start putting out information that helps people. So that's one thing. I wanted to mention those two things, Samson and Dan, at our show on May 28th in Toronto. And then also we are title sponsor of Branch's show in Texas.
That's cool.
Me, Ben, and Justin Shire will be there this weekend. So anybody, April 9th in Fort Worth, anybody wants to come to the show, we will be there. We're going to have a lot of fun there. And then also Hostile is title sponsoring all of Ed and Betty's shows for the their UBU Expo platform. So we'll be in Orlando on July 2nd, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there's a Phoenix show, and I think that's in August, but I don't have the date for that yet. So Hostile's title sponsoring these shows as well. So we're doing our best. We're doing our best to keep invested in bodybuilding and giving back to the community that got us to where we are. So
that's a big ass trophy as well, by the way.
That is a big ass trophy.
Yeah,
you've got a big old stand.
Yeah, I like it. I like what they do over there, man. The Europa shows and Branches show, they're big shows. They do them right. They take care of the athletes. So I wanted to be involved. So
man.
Anyway, just a little bit of Hostile news before we move on. Okay. Questions. Let's see how many we got. I just posted this an hour ago. We have 345 questions. Okay, let's do as many as we can. Ready?
Speed answers.
Speed round.
Yeah.
In your young business career, what has been the most difficult struggle to date? Anybody want to
You
answer?
guys, really, innit? You're the ones doing business.
You're the one.
Me and Samson are still wearing our pants.
Yeah.
Well, what people don't realize is, as a bodybuilder, you are a business. Like, I incorporated my name when I was coming up, because I'm like, I am the business. Like, whether it's contracts, guest posing, selling merchandise, that's all part of your business. So,
True.
But yeah, you guys don't have to answer. I'll take this one if you guys don't want. The biggest thing I've learned in my young business career is patience, which is a big struggle for me, because I always want everything now. As soon as I like think of something, I want it done right away. And the biggest hurdle in business is just having the patience, because there's a couple things. If I want a product done, it's got to be done right. So I got to get samples, then I got to get samples again, then I got to get samples again, and make sure the revisions are done properly. So there's patience there. Second thing, I want to be all over the world. I want to be in China. I want to be in the UK. I want to be in Australia. I want to be in Canada. It takes time. You got to build the company to a certain size before you can start branching out into other markets. So these are all the vision I have in my head of the company. I want it today, but because we need to do things properly. It takes a lot of patience to just do it right, so we can be a long-term company and not just here for a year or two and then gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's probably the biggest thing, and that actually converts to bodybuilding because
Yep.
everybody wants to be James or Samson tomorrow, and it's going to take you a minimum of 10 years. So,
Very true.
where do you think Flex will place at the O in the Open if he does it? Where would Derek place? Where would Sean place? All speculation, obviously. That's actually a pretty good question.
Yeah.
So, because Sean, we don't know what he's doing yet, but he will be a force for sure. Flex is amazing, and then Derek has looked like he put on a ton of size. So,
Is Derek
Jane-
open?
sorry,
Is Derek switching open?
I don't know, but it looks like he is based on the size he's put on.
Really? Wasn't he just there borderline making weight as it was?
Well,
Yeah,
what I heard
it
was
was a struggle for him to get to
Really?
212.
Wow.
what I heard is he's actually looking worse as a 212 because he's having to get down past the weight where his
Respect.
body looks
Yeah.
good.
Well, remember Flex had that problem at 202.
That's right. So I think this is the most recent picture of Derek or video of Derek, and he looks absolutely enormous.
He's very wide, isn't he?
He's still got 212, Mr. O, 212. So I don't know if this is like means this is just because of who he is or it's
Yeah.
like where he's going back to. But
Or I wonder if as the show gets closer, he'll have to make his mind up then based on his weight and his condition.
but I mean that looks like it's hard to get to 212. Look how big he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's he weigh
I-
there?
Doesn't say, I don't think.
No.
The thing is, well, even when I met him like a few years ago for the first time in Tampa, MI40, he even then I could tell like he could do open if he wanted to then.
He's a big guy in person.
Yeah, like he does definitely come
Yeah.
down beyond his means to make that weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he must really struggle to make that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? What do
He
you guys
can do
think of
well.
Derek? Where would Derek place if he jumped into the Open?
Whew.
Would he be in the top
Well,
6?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I think so,
Like, if you
really.
look at his condition last year, and if he's a little bit fuller, I think he'll actually make his condition even better because, yeah, the pop.
Okay, well, let's play the game then. If he's in the top
Yeah.
6, does that mean he beats Bonac?
Right. Who does he beat?
Because Bonac was 6th last year, but Bonac looks better this year, so he might
So
be better.
let's look at the strengths of both. Like they both have certain strengths because Derek's midsection obviously is really very good.
Mhm.
So there's certain poses where that midsection, like the front double, the abs and thigh front lat spread, which is going to hurt. William's not going to beat him in those 3 shots.
Williams' legs are going to look a lot better.
Yeah.
Yes, but then when William turns side on and to the back, that's when it becomes a bit like more of a
Right.
battle because Williams' glutes and hams tie-in is ridiculous.
Ooh, insane.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, man, Hani does a really, really good job of prepping his
Yeah,
athletes.
He
Like,
sure does.
you know, it's funny. Every single athlete, myself included, and that's not to pat myself on the back. I'm thinking of all the people that Hani has coached.
Clean.
They all have this exact look.
Yeah.
It's not like super, super grainy, but it just looks really, really polished.
Polished. Yeah,
Yeah,
polished.
true.
You just have this
Very Phil Heath.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nobody's ever really off, eh?
that's what I mean.
know?
Like it's just a really polished, everything is in, everything is full, everything is dry. Like it just looks, they all have this look.
Color, dryness, conditioning is always spot on.
It's like he's found like if you had a chart with you had those condition size and I don't know, anyway, and attributes all like kind of panned out like that. They're right in the middle.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they're getting a
Yeah,
balance
yeah, yeah.
of all of everything they need.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, the conditioning is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Is he the only guy that Honey
But I
trains
don't,
anymore?
you know what I don't feel? Sorry, Paul. You know what I don't feel like the reason Bonac, I'm trying to get a good shot here. The reason Bonac, I think, would beat him,
Lower body.
I just feel
Lot
like
thicker.
there's a lot.
Density.
Yeah. Like when you look at
A lot thicker.
Bonac, you see a structure that's completely packed.
It's
There's-
so packed.
There's
It's
literally
so
nowhere
packed.
else you can't bring any more quad, no more hamstring, no more muscle, no more arms, no more lats. Everything is fucking maxed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When I-
he's reached hypertrophy endpoint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
he's beat the final boss.
You can't-
But when you look at Derek, it's like, man, he looks amazing, but there's
There's still more. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
gaps he could still
Well,
fill
that's
in.
maybe why if he does do this open, then he will, and we can then
Yeah.
fucking look at him and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. It'd be interesting.
Because he just looks like he has a bigger frame than Williams, so he can still add
Yeah.
more muscle in
Mhm.
certain areas.
It's like his arms and legs actually could be a bit fuller,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
just if he comes in a bit heavier.
I see more low lat thickness too could help.
Yeah.
But it just, I mean, and this is whoever's listening, and Derek, if you're listening, I'm so nitpicking.
Yeah.
We have to.
Like-
That's what we're trying to do.
Like this
Yeah.
is an incredible physique, and by no
Yeah.
means flaming in any way, shape, or form.
No.
It looks to me like he's lost more muscle than he needs to make this weight.
Is this from last year?
Yeah, I reckon he can be like in the 220s for sure.
It looks
Yeah.
to me like he could be 230,
Yeah.
235 and look
that frame.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you saw Derek at 230 or 235, then could he beat William? Right? Like that's a
That's
212.
that's why it's
That'll
hard to
be
judge.
right.
That's a 212, Derek. If you saw a
Mate,
230, Derek,
Do you know what would be interesting if we had a look at William when he was 212 now, and then
Wonder
look
if
at
I can
Derek?
find
So if we
Yeah.
can find it like the Grand Prix 2011 when he was like a 212, then we might get because if we can look at that kind of muscle difference between him and Open and 212, maybe we can kind of imagine Derek at end point. You know,
Yeah. What's William coming at now? 230, 240?
I actually don't know honestly.
I don't know either. Oh wait, I think there's a video of him and Flex next to each other.
Because this would be cool to see. Because I can't even remember him as a 212 really.
It's been so many years.
It's been a long time.
And I don't think he competed there long, did he?
No, not long at all.
So I mean, William,
That's Women 212?
No, this is 2000.
This is open. This is open.
2018.
This is open now.
That's Bonac's
Oh,
Open.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Oh.
that doesn't look.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's just comparing like if Flex moves
Yeah.
up. But this is Flex
Yeah.
212, so you can't make that
Yeah.
comparison. Okay, let me go back. Images,
I think on images we'll be able to find it. Yeah, look there. Look, that's got to be 212. Yeah, that's 212.
but that still looks a lot.
Look at the hamstring compared the leg compared to now.
the hamstrings
Yeah.
for sure. Eh?
Yeah, if you look at any of those top row pictures,
Oh,
look at the
man.
difference.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger now.
See
Yeah.
how much muscle he's packed on his frame.
Yeah. That's a different physique altogether now.
Wow.
I wonder, do you guys think that would beat Derek now?
No, I don't think it would.
Oof.
No way. It's a really
I-
nice physique. I really
It's,
like
it's
it.
crazy. But
Yeah.
I think Derek's I think Derek's taper is what creates such a.
Yeah,
Illusion
his
of
waist.
He's got a
Yeah.
very wide shoulders. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah, look at that. Look how young he looks.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Great skin though.
Yeah.
Skin's he's got impeccable skin.
Yeah, these are.
Yeah, that's a young one as well when he was a yeah.
This is
Fucking hell.
212.
That's
Those are-
shredded though.
I think he's got that tie-ins as well, isn't he?
Look at the
Yeah.
back. See what I mean about your back? Like the way it inserts. Like
Look at the glutes as well.
it inserts here.
I think the striations too all over it.
That's
He's
great.
dry there. Look at the
That's
calf.
awesome.
Like fucking hell, that's dry.
Yeah.
But see, the
It's cool to
difference?
see.
See the difference?
Yeah.
Like that. There's a front lat spread now.
Oh, there's actually the picture of Flex and him together in 2012.
One second. Where?
That one there is actually legit. Like if you go up,
Down on the left.
First and second.
yeah, that's actually like the same show.
How is this sixth?
That's sixth. It was
So
close.
is that his first? and
That's
sixth?
at the Grand Prix. I was there.
What year was that? A 220?
Was this accurate?
2012.
What year was that?
2012.
2000,
212?
That was in London.
2012. Yeah. What do you think, James?
I reckon that Flex was already quite established by then and probably didn't get. I don't think Bonac would get compared much back then because he wasn't Bonac that we know now.
Mhm.
I'm not. He could have placed higher, but I don't think he would have got the calls.
Yeah.
You know, the longer you're around, the better the calls you get.
For sure.
True.
And when there's improvements like that along the way.
But he's done great considering his shoulder width is like
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually narrower than Flex's, really.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, he looks good
He's-
there. His quads could
Yeah.
use a little more separation.
It's like Samson said earlier. He kind of reminds me of how Kai was when he was younger as well.
Yeah, it does. He really does have a similar look, right?
In many ways. In many
Uh-huh.
ways.
That hamstring's really hurting him in this shot.
Wow, they've never gotten thicker since then.
Yeah, he's
I know.
like
Jeez.
caught Flex at a bad moment there. Bless him. He's still got more. He still has a thickness to him that
Yeah.
Flex doesn't have in the posterior chain. You know,
Yeah.
The full
but
Flex has
that
it in the
is-
lower body, but not in the lats. But
Mhm.
Flex also has built up his back a lot since 2012.
Mhm. With
I
flexing
don't-
arms there. Jeez.
I don't think Flex is a massive fan of like pulling from the floor or any of that shit either. Any day. He used to do a lot of it when he used to do strength and conditioning with rugby, but I don't think since his bodybuilding career really took off that he kept those movements in.
This is a big difference too.
Yeah,
I think the detail in Flex's quad and the waist is a big.
Flex's waist was really good that year. Wasn't it?
And his lats from the front are actually
From the front,
even though they're not thicker from the back.
Yeah.
See, I'd give that shot. It's tough because on the upper body, I'd give that shot to William. And the lower body, I'd give it to Flex.
I don't know, because then I just look at Flex's triceps and I think, how the fuck are they like that?
Yeah, how they stick out that far?
Yeah,
Like
that's a
No,
yeah.
Those triceps blow my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
So,
to see.
okay, so Derek, Flex, and then Sean. Sean's most recent pictures look absolutely fucking nuts.
Yeah.
I think Sean. I don't think Sean would beat Derek or Flex in open because they can be open and heavier.
James, I don't know. Crazier shit has happened. Look at this.
Listen, I'm a massive fan of Sean. I just think we've seen him stacked out at his heaviest weight because he's got space.
Yeah.
These boys haven't.
I know, but like this is like look at this.
Mate, I know I'm fucking blown away by him. When he does a front relaxed, it's like no one looks like that.
No, this is crazy. This is
straight away. I didn't shot you. Yeah, that's nuts. But put that next to a Flex Lewis that's 230.
I know, but the proportions is what I'm looking at, not the size of the entire person. Like this, like nobody has these proportions.
No.
When was the last bodybuilder you saw with lats that stuck out this far from the front?
Dorian.
Dorian, that's right. But then also had look at his shoulder cap and the arm and
he's fucking absurd.
Dorian didn't have this quad sweep. Like it's really, really crazy.
I just think some shots like side chest, he's not beating the other guys.
Yeah. I mean, that's a possibility for sure. I don't know.
But if he does the Olympia this year, he's going to beat a lot of guys that won't like him beating him.
There is going to be a lot of guys pissed off if those.
He's going to hurt feelings if he does open.
Yeah. Okay. Who has the best amateur physique? I don't know all the amateurs.
Can I show you one amateur? Can I show you one amateur?
Yeah. Tell me what's the name.
Dean White.
From England?
I saw pictures of him today.
Oh, I know this guy.
I saw pictures of him today, and I was very impressed.
This is Ben's client.
Ben's client, yes.
He looks incredible.
Oh, right. Yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
I thought about bringing this guy on a hostile.
He's very good. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at the fucking arms.
Yeah, he's very good.
What's
he has exactly the same legs as Raphael.
But he's a PCA pro.
Yeah, but he's gonna come up. He's but he's not gonna stay there. He's gonna come over. Of course he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a great physique.
Man. Yeah.
He's gonna be a very good 212 because he's like 5'5".
96 kilograms. So he's 190 something, 200 pounds.
7 weeks out.
Yeah.
He's gonna be an awesome 212. Once packs on a bit more thickness through the hamstrings and the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But structurally, man, he's pretty sound.
Yeah, he's good.
Don't his legs look exactly the same as Raphael's?
Yeah, they do.
It actually does with the long middle.
Yeah. I look and I'm always like, it's the same fucking legs.
But I just want to show
you
this. What do you think of Nathan Epler? Oh, Nathan Epler is going to open, which nobody's talking.
Oh, is he coming to open? He's got the height, isn't he?
So this is, I think he's like 5'9". This is Nathan. He needs obviously a little bit thicker quads, but this is to me is a great structure.
Yeah, it is.
Tiny waist.
Structure's quite like Urs.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Just in a heavier format.
Yeah. He needs to put on a lot of size still to be with the open guys, but structurally, it's very pretty to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Okay. So what do we say the best amateur? That's your version of the best amateur physique?
One off.
Okay, I'm gonna.
There's another one for that I could think of.
Who?
Elliot McDermott, I think his name is.
I've heard that name.
Is this your side of the pond now?
Yeah, U.S.
Elliot Durman.
That's why it's good because we
is
can
it
see
this guy here?
sides.
Yeah.
I got to tell you guys something. We did a rate your physique on this guy once, and I think we gave him like a 6.
Really?
This is why it's really hard to tell what somebody looks like in photos.
Yeah.
Because
it's important because we've made him work hard. He's gone away and been, I'm getting the 10.
Yeah, this guy's pretty crazy, man.
He's got some freaky body parts for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Is he a 212 as well, do you reckon? He looks quite short.
No. He's big.
Really?
I remember. I don't remember how big, but I remember he's heavier for sure.
Well, he's doing his job if he's quite tall and looks like that.
Mm. Kid that won our show last year, Fuad's pretty good.
This is right here, 215 to 250 plus. So he's 250
Okay.
plus here.
Oh,
He's grown a beard.
That's a
Yeah.
big fucking change. Look at the change.
The legs have changed the
Yeah.
most. Look at the legs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Fuck,
he already had the arms.
Yeah.
Well, he's a freak.
well done. Fair play to him.
We probably rated him when he looked like this. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Oh,
looks
that's
good.
what sometimes a little kick in the ass is a good thing, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm gonna go with let me see. Give you my boy Brandon here, who
Oh,
lifts,
yeah, he's
who
good,
James
yeah.
should love because he squats and lifts like a ton of fucking weight.
I like that
I
shot
think
he put
that's-
up yesterday.
This is 5 wheels for 16.
Let's go, Brandon, bro.
16?
Yeah, watch this.
That's
It's
good
so it looks like
Yeah,
he's
this
gonna
kid's
go
a
30.
beast.
Watch. Look at this. It's like a warm-up.
Yeah, no problem.
He's only like
Oh.
23 years old or some shit.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to ask how old is he? 'Cause his
Yeah.
knees look like they could. His
Yeah.
knees look like they're
I know.
functioning at all full force.
This kid's
But
a
he's
beast.
he's strong as fuck, man. This kid. But this is physique, very clean.
Yeah, I liked his
Oh, no,
physique a
that's
lot.
nice.
Yeah.
I really liked his
I
physique.
think
He
he
does. He
took-
does a nice front most muscular, doesn't he?
Yeah, he took third.
Oh, yeah,
I like
I think
that.
he took
shot,
third
yeah.
at the Nationals this year behind Justin Shire won, and then there was somebody in between. I can't remember his fucking name. He's really good too. Oh, I feel so bad for not remembering his name. But the guy who took second was really good, and then Brandon, I think, took third.
Brad's got really clean lines. He's got a handsome face.
Doesn't
Yeah,
he look
kinda-
like Flex?
yeah,
Doesn't he
looking
look
good.
like? Doesn't he remind you of Flex Lewis a little
A
bit?
little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Looks a little like a slightly longer version of Flex Lewis.
Yeah. He's taller for sure. But
Zach.
he's just I signed him, and I'm not just showing him because I signed him, man. I honestly his lifts are really impressive.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
That's what I like, man. That's why I posted this shit this morning. You know.
And
I
like
did a little.
it's a really clean physique. I love the way his
Mhm.
quads look.
hmm
Yeah.
So
He's a beast.
He clearly peaks very nicely. You know.
Yeah. Who trains him for it?
I don't know who he's coached by.
No. Zach too. Zach's pretty good amateur.
Zach Atkin. Yeah,
Yeah.
Zach's only like 23, I think.
I know. He's got a crazy physique.
I don't know too many amateurs. I know I wish I could remember the guy who took second at that show. He's really good too. Zach hasn't posted anything new in a while.
Are you talking about Matt Berzicott?
Balanced.
No.
Very balanced.
No, not Berzicott. There's another gentleman. I can't. I think he's from Michigan. I don't remember, but anyway,
Samson. Who else have we got here that is any good? Like, there's a lot of.
That's what I was trying to think.
I know. I was just
I've
trying
been
to think.
following
as
the
well.
amateur scene for a while now, so I've actually
Yeah.
can't remember. I mean, I know the one you just said.
Yeah.
White, but
I got it. Let's move on. I got a good question.
Cool.
Does Paul use shampoo?
Yeah.
You
I
do?
gotta make sure my scalp. I gotta make sure.
Why
it's
do you
still,
use shampoo?
well, I gotta make sure my scalp is still moist and stuff. Can't
Why?
let it bite. Yeah, once you get dandruff, don't you?
Well, isn't your scalp just skin?
Yeah.
But
You gotta
You would-
condition your skin.
do you condition the rest of your body?
Well, I use moisturizing soap.
Yeah, but why don't you just use that moisturizing soap on your head?
I guess I probably could.
No, but I'm asking a serious question. I don't like. Is your
Well, I
skin?
still got a
Any,
little bit. I'm not bald. If you want to.
Well,
He's got more hair than me, for fuck's sake.
I mean, pretty much bald. Anyway, like aside from the 10 hairs you have on your head, is the hair on your head different? Or sorry, the skin on your head, your scalp, is it different than the rest of your skin?
I think it dries out easier.
I use soap on my head. It doesn't dry.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah.
dry
But,
out.
you, but you take it right down to the bone. I don't take it right down to the skin like that.
I
still
guess if
leave
you have a
bit.
little bit of hair, you need to do something.
Yeah, I got to fade still. So I gotta
It's not a fade.
I gotta fade.
I don't think that's that bad. I think Paul's doing all right.
Thanks, James.
Listen, James.
When,
Look at this
when
angle.
you're in this position, look.
Look at that angle for it.
James,
Come on.
it looks way better on camera. It looks like in real life.
No, no.
Oh, listen. If it passes on Instagram,
Listen, I
Yeah,
have to
that's all
roast
that
him because he
2022 is
roasted
fine.
the fuck out of me when I was balding. So I'm only fucking paying him back.
man, you bet.
Yeah, you roasted the fuck out of me when I was balding. You'd be like,
You had this little mohawk thing going. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
no,
remember the
yeah.
Mohawk. I remember the Mohawk.
It wasn't that
Everybody
great.
wanted
Near
the
the end,
mohawk.
Samson, near the end. Nobody
What it is,
wanted
'cause
it.
when they go
everybody wanted the mohawk. I
near,
used
near
to
the
get
end, near the end, Fuad, it was literally like two
A
lines.
square on top.
oh,
of it.
near the end. I'll give you that. Yeah, the end. It was like there was like a bald spot in the middle, and there was
Yeah,
like just hair
yeah.
around it.
Your area of coverage was like this. Near the end.
Yeah, the end was bad. I held on to it.
Anyway,
I held on to it a little too long.
Right.
But that's kind of the stage you're in now. It's like your hair is see through.
This
And
is a
you
new
just-
stage. Remember before it was longer than this? Remember I lost a bet, I had to shave it.
Yeah,
So ever since then, I've been keeping it more closely cropped.
it looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. How about the beard? I think I should still shave the beard though, eh?
Samson, tell him the beard looks horrible.
Oh no, the beard looks cool, man.
Thank you, Samson.
Oh,
You know, Fuad, I'll be
don't
honest.
say that. Don't say
Yeah,
that.
it does. It does.
Thank you, Samson. I'll be honest. Fuad's the only beard hater that I have in my life.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
gotta
a
be- I'm
beard
just being
hater.
honest,
because
Fuad.
he ain't got a cool beard, man. That's all.
I didn't say I'm a beard hater. I just think you look way older than you actually are.
Yeah, I agree. I do. I see some pictures sometimes, especially with the sun shining down. For some reason, the sun adds to the gray. And yeah, like we did some family pictures around Christmas time, and I look like I'm with my grandkids.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
oh,
I
oh.
don't think you look bad. I think it looks good, but you look 10 years older.
I think as long as I can stay in relatively decent shape, I can wear the look. Once I start to get out of
You
shape,
can wear the look. I'm not saying you can't wear the look. It looks good on you, but makes you look older is all I'm saying.
so
I mean, beards in general make you look older. If I shave my beard, I'll
Yeah.
probably look 10 years younger.
I did shave it off not too long ago once, and for some reason I never noticed, but like this area, like my lip area, I
Yeah.
didn't realize how big it was.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
Yeah, it's
Did
weird.
you? You
Yeah.
never said it to me.
Yeah, I
You
knew
never
that.
told me that before.
Yeah, you got
I-
like a little curl to your front lip.
Yeah, I didn't know I had that. I didn't like it.
Mine's the opposite, Paul, because I'm really pissed off because I always thought I had quite a good chin. And then I shaved my beard off once. I was like, where the fuck's my chin?
That's right.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
That's
like, my chin is gone. What the fuck?
That's because
Really?
of bodybuilding.
What? Losing
This
a chin?
area here on me,
Does it
this
say-
right here,
yeah.
it's not fat. It's just like thicker,
Oh yeah, I don't have that anymore.
Oh, that's
But I
true.
used to.
right?
Yeah,
Like right here.
yeah.
It's not,
I used
it's
to
not
have that.
fat. Like I can't squeeze it, but it's just like it got thicker. And now with no beard, it looks like I have no chin. It just goes
I
like
know what you're.
I
yeah.
think a lot of it's because our tongues have fucking grown. It's just pushing that shit down.
Oh,
Honestly, I think it is. I think our
We got
tongues have
good-
grown.
got good tongue gains.
it is a muscle.
Spend a lot of time with the wife too. That's like
Hey.
Well, maybe it's feet.
okay. So
Oh, well,
Paul
maybe
uses
it's me.
shampoo.
I do use shampoo.
I use shampoo on this
Use-
fucking bit as well.
No,
See,
you
yeah.
don't. Do you really? What are you doing? Why?
I just like it on my head. It's nice to rub in.
Is it just like is it like
Spare the last bit that's left.
is it just like you like it feels good to use shampoo still? Because you know one day
It's
you're
more
not
like,
gonna
you
need
know,
it?
like if you had a little baby plant in your room and it needs watering. Like, you know, like those like,
That's
so I
because
don't-
it's gonna grow. Yours is go backwards.
those little cactus there, yeah. Those little cactus there, they only need a drop of water every 3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my head.
Samson, do you use shampoo?
Nah, I just do whatever you bathe the body with. Man. Just,
That's right. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Okay. But me and you have absolutely no hair, so it's a little
yeah,
different.
exactly. So it's like just
Seriously, can you grow hair if you wanted to?
yeah, I can.
Can you?
I
What's
want
it
to
look
see
like?
it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I absolutely hate it.
Hey,
you
next time
really?
we do a bet, that should be the
Yeah,
Samson's got to grow his
yeah.
hair out.
Oh,
We all do.
because
We all gotta
because
grow
my
hair.
like my hairline is kind of receded. Like I always go like right from when I was a kid, I always go like a real way back headline, so it looks
Okay.
like a really big ass
You have
forehead.
a massive
So every time I
forehead.
grow my exactly, you know. So when I'm growing my hair, it exposes it a lot more. So I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, man, just take that out.
I
Yeah,
really want to see Samson with a full head of hair long and no facial hair.
Oh,
Oh my
I'd
god!
like
Look
to
like
see
someone
that
from
one.
like the
That'd be
60s.
sad look. That'd be sad look.
You look like he's from the
You
60s.
look like
Yeah.
one of them characters back in the freaking 80s, man. Just,
Yeah.
oh.
All right, the four of us should do a bet on something next time there's a show or something, and the loser has to grow their hair out.
Oh,
Because I'm pretty
Totally.
sure we would all look horrible if we let our hair grow out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, have you not seen? You've seen me when I let my sides.
You don't
grow.
give a shit though, James. You would be like, yeah, I don't care.
I was filming for Muscle and Strength last year with like hair like this at the side. Yeah, come in.
Why don't you give a shit? How do you do that? I wish I just could not give a shit. You don't give a shit.
There's just other fun things I give more of a shit about.
Yeah.
Really?
You know, yeah. And that's this is the last one for some reason.
I mean, I don't give a shit for other people, but it bothers me. Like when my hair starts growing out, I'm like, oh, that looks bad. I'm like, I got to get rid of that.
Yep.
yeah, I don't look at myself a lot.
I don't look at myself a lot either. I'm just saying, like, if I get up in the morning and I'm going to take a shower, I don't know, not anymore. And if I'm going to go take a shower. I'm in front of the mirror brushing my teeth. I'm like, oh, my hair is getting kind of shaggy. I'm like, I got to fucking get rid of it.
Yeah.
But you just don't give a shit. But you don't give
I
a shit.
quite like sometimes looking really, really trampy, so people leave me alone.
Yeah, I guess. But you don't mind the
full
body hair.
blown hobo. I don't mind.
Hobo.
Full blown hobo, man.
But-
And then when you get ready for a show, last few weeks you shave it off and you reveal this.
Right.
There you
I've
I've
go.
got
That's what
yeah,
you need.
mine's up there. I've got mine on the shelf.
I can't do with the body hair, man. I tried pulling a James. I was like, you
I
know
don't
what?
like it.
I'm not gonna. I'm not.
Oh, wait,
gonna
don't tell me Sinclair. No.
Oh, you got rid of
You gotta
it.
leave the body hair. You gotta leave the body hair.
Yeah, you don't
even have
you
a
only
body hair.
shave. You only shave the body hair when you compete. Any other time, you just let it
Wait
go.
a minute, Samson. You have black body hair. It's like a little curly.
Yeah,
and
but
it's
it's
not
like,
like
you know
yeah.
what? But you know how
Let me see
bad
your
it
body
feels.
hair. Let me see your body hair.
I don't have any body hair right now because I've just done a show. It's not growing back here. It takes forever.
That's
Mine
what.
grows
That's
back
the difference between me and you. If I did a show last week,
He's
it
quite
would be
ready.
full hair by now.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's
But
why
you
you're
get that
saying
when
what
it
you're
grow
saying.
back. Do you know what it's like when it grows back? It's
Yeah.
horrible. It's itchy as hell.
No, you know
Yeah,
why?
yeah.
You know why you're having that problem?
What?
You don't have one of these.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
smooth as the baby's bottom.
No, listen,
You know
no.
the hassle-
I'll
look,
tell you
somebody
why.
has to just.
I'll tell you why. If you shave, I get
Yeah.
the itch. I get the itchiness too.
Yeah, but I don't shave.
You just trim and you still get itchy.
No, you know the removal cream, the hair removal cream. Because
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
that's the same thing as shaving.
shaving takes. Yeah,
No. The hair removal cream is the same thing as shaving because it's going down to the stub. So then when it
Yeah,
grows
true.
back, it's itchy.
I like
If
going
you
down
just-
to the stub.
true.
That sounds like something.
If you just use a trimmer, then it
Yeah.
doesn't go all the way to the skin and you don't get
Stop.
the itchiness.
Yeah, true.
I still get it, Fuad. I
Do
still
you
get
really?
itchy. Yeah, my back.
Yeah,
it
but you
drives me
got
nuts.
really thick hair. That's too.
I do. I'm Italian. It drives me nuts though. My back.
Yeah, I got laser hair removal for like 3 years, so my hair grows
Yeah.
back really, really thin.
Yeah, if you get wax, it's like that too. I think it grows in like not so picky.
No,
Grows
that's a
in
myth.
Fine.
That's a myth.
Really? I thought that was true.
Actually, wait, you might be right because I think when you do wax, it pulls from the follicle right out.
It's like
Right.
literally the root.
Right.
The root
Yeah,
comes out.
yeah. You might be
Right.
right, Paul. Sorry.
Of it.
So-
I mean, you want to go through that with your whole body, like
It
yeah.
sucks.
I did
It's
that
like-
once.
Oh, it sucks. Even on your back, it sucks. You did your whole body.
When I was single. I had a date,
Oh, here we go.
and I was like, couldn't do my own shit, and I wanted it to be fresh everywhere. So I waxed almost everything. I
Oh,
was
Oh,
like,
what?
the
Oh no!
fucking
No,
pain,
the ass
the
cheeks
pain.
as well and everything else. Oh no!
Not my
Oh,
ass cheeks.
no way.
What did you have?
I had
to
it done for
do it,
one
or did
show.
you do it yourself?
I'm not gonna just forget it. Let's just drop this. Let's drop it completely. Just forget it. But anyway,
I done it for one show as well, and the place that hurt the most, if I remember, was inner thigh.
oh yeah.
sure.
Oh my
Sure.
god, yeah.
I
It
get a
stayed
rash.
that shit stayed red for like fucking 4 days. I was like, what the
That's like someone's put an iron on your inner thigh. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I get a rash from waxing afterwards.
I don't know how women do that shit every
Uh,
week or whatever the fuck.
I don't
I tried an epilator, which is the thing that rolls and pulls the hair out. It's like,
Oh,
I put it on me, and it was like I got bit by a snake. I was like, "Fuck that!" Yeah, literally, honestly. And then I put it down straight away.
my mom used to do sugar. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called sugaring.
Is sugar
like-
waxing?
Yeah, like sugar waxing.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
So she used to make the thing, and then she would use it on her eyebrows. I saw it growing up my whole life. Use it on her
Yeah.
eyebrows and her mustache area, whatever. I'm like, hey, you know what? Why don't you just try that on my chest? I'm like, let's do it. Oh my dude, she did one strip. My eyes watered. I'm like, don't touch me. And it was like it was bleeding. I'm like, fuck this.
Oh.
Don't just forget it. I'll just go
You're-
back to my trimmer. So trimming is the
torture.
way to go. But Samson, I can't. The reason I do it is not because I'm going to show my body anywhere. I just don't feel clean when I
Yeah, I
have
don't
like
like it
when I'm
either.
hairy.
Oh man, that's
I feel
a
like
personal thing. Man.
I feel like I could smell.
That's a personal thing, man. Yeah, it must be a British thing because British we don't do that. Like James, do you know any other UK guy like shaves all year round?
No, because
No, I-
We just like we like the hair, we
pain in
like
the
the
ass.
beard, we like the man. Like, sorry, just leave it.
Really?
I think Americans and I don't know necessarily with Canadians, but Americans like to be ready to take their top off at all times.
Yeah.
Whereas
the drop of a hat.
British guys are like, no, I don't even.
I'm
No,
never
no,
going to
no,
take
no,
my
no.
top off. For me, it's literally like cleanliness. I just feel dirtier when I'm hairy.
I feel like I smell more if I got a lot of body hair.
It's like when
Traps.
it's like if you don't shave your balls. If you don't shave
Yeah.
your balls stink.
So okay, so you guys
That's
shave
why
your
you
balls?
should get one of these.
Do
Use code RBP. Shave your balls.
you guys
No,
shave your?
Sam,
You
you
guys
let
shave
your
your
fucking
balls,
ball
though?
hair grow too?
Of course, course, man.
Oh,
Who's shaving? Oh, don't tell me. Look, can you imagine the
Samson,
scene?
you
right?
got an afro on your fucking nuts?
No, I
really,
shave my
big
shit.
muscle standing there. What do you put your like one leg on top of like the tub and then
Yeah.
go down there like
Yes.
That's sick.
Really?
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
man, imagine my girl. My girl walks in to be doing that, man. She's literally gonna stop and go.
I lock the doors.
I literally stick a one
What
blade.
are you doing?
I stick the one blade literally in my shower and put like just trim the fucking hair out. Like I literally loved watching the hair fall from my bum hole to the floor. It's
You
brilliant.
know what? You know the fear. The thing is like the fear of even like clipping something, man. That's the road to be
Yeah,
off. The fear
it's
of that.
happened.
Ooh, that exactly. That's
It's
happened.
happened.
Oh, no.
It hurts. It
and then
hurts.
and then you know the whole day you sweat and it stings and that no.
If you use
Well,
the-
it heals fast, I find.
I don't know, man. I can't listen. My balls have to be fucking clean all the time. I can't have hair. Can't have like I just have to. I
How
can't do
often do you shave them then?
Fuck, man. Like once a week, probably.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
You do
Mine's
everything
pretty
just
like every
balls
3
I
weeks.
shave my face once a week.
All right, let's move on. Who's the most famous person in your phone book?
Who is the most famous person in your phone?
Phone book?
Jay Cutler.
Let me see. We can't really top this. I don't think. I'm gonna have a look though, just out of curiosity.
I think Jay Cutler is probably the most popular person in my phone book.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm interested to know. Like, I want to know who's in who's. Like Samson, you've obviously got a good few connections.
I got Branch Warren.
Oh, I don't actually.
Branch Warren.
Yeah, I had to bring
I
him to the airport. once.
got Branch Warren.
Yeah.
I can
Samson,
join
you
you
got
there.
anybody? Samson's got Fuad Abiad.
Milos.
Yeah,
Got Milos Sasa.
Milos. Yeah.
uh,
Oh, you know who I got for it? I got Honey. I should text him.
Hani?
Yeah.
And text him, say what?
Just say hi.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got Chris Cormier.
That's good.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Not bad. So I have a little role for
I
it.
got DJ.
Dennis
Dennis
James.
James.
Dennis, yeah.
Good one.
Yeah. I think between us we've got a good collection of numbers.
Mm.
All right, let's go. Why are your supplements better than others? We will skip that, but I will just say, look
You're
at
not
the
going to
list.
skip that.
Well,
You're not skipping. That's why. I'm going to skip that. But our supplements
briefly,
do have
very
the best
briefly,
panels.
very briefly, the formulas are the most important. That's it. We'll just go on from
That's all I need to say.
there. Pecan or key lime pie?
Pecan.
Pecan.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Samson?
I don't really do pies.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh.
But if you had to eat one, which one would it be?
Chicken pie.
Chicken pie.
No, if you had no, but if you
I
had
don't do pies. Look, I had chicken pie or what do you call them? Steak
chicken
and
pot
kidney
pie is
pie.
really, really
Steak and
good.
kidney pie.
Yeah.
They were on about dessert pie, and then he's on
Oh yeah,
about
they did.
names.
Oh yeah, they did. What, you talking about dessert pie?
I'm like
Oh, we talking
pecan.
about
I'm like
Pecan
pecan
on-
pie or key lime pie. He's like chicken.
That chicken.
Yeah.
Deadpan face.
Oh, you see, this is me. You're talking about. I mean, okay, probably if you talk about dessert pie, probably apple pie. Yeah, I like
There's a
that.
whole bunch of stereotypes that just get into my head. This guy's
He
like
confirmed everything.
key lime or pecan. Chicken.
That's a meme in itself, definitely.
Do you like any dessert pies, Samson?
I like apple pie. I like apple pie.
Okay, apple pie. Or apple pie is a good one.
Mm.
Yeah, 'cause we
Oh,
don't really have
probably
pies
prefer
here, do we,
Apple
something?
crumble. Apple crumble. I mean, do you?
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
apple crumbles.
Yeah.
I prefer apple crumble.
Yeah.
With
That's
some
better.
ice cream.
You some vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah.
I like
It's some caramel syrup.
I like rhubarb crumble.
Oh, I don't like rhubarb. I don't
Rhubarb
like
sounds
rhubarb.
gross.
man.
No.
Exactly. I like sour stuff.
Really? Pumpkin.
What's your favorite pie, period, Samson?
Oh.
Apple? Apple crumble? I don't think apple crumble is
Apple
a pie.
crumble. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, apple
yeah.
pie. Apple pie. Apple pie.
It's because pies here aren't super common.
Yeah,
nowadays.
no, they don't
Oh.
really that great here. They don't do nothing special. They're quite simple. You don't really get much flavors as well, do you?
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
You get like a cherry pie, like a dark cherry.
yeah, something like that. But
James,
that's it.
what's your favorite pie? Rhubarb?
No, probably like a pecan, I like a maple or nut, something on the pie, like a
Yeah.
Maple nut pie.
Paul?
That'd be good. Maple nut pie. Probably pumpkin. I like pumpkin with some Cool Whip.
cool.
I think I'm in the same boat.
I love Cool Whip.
I was
Oh,
like,
no,
cool.
I think I was gonna
just think
say-
of Family Guy as soon as it
Yes,
says
that's
that.
what I do when I hear cool whip.
I'm thinking chocolate cream pie.
Oh,
That
yeah.
sounds like you just put your cock in someone's ass and let it.
Yeah.
I was just,
Where do you
just said
get
something.
fucking?
Because that's a cream
talking
pie.
someone
cream
asked for
pie.
chocolate cream pie.
Yeah,
I guess it
That's
is.
a cream.
I see the correlation.
James, you're fucked,
Oh.
man.
I'm not, I just, that was the instant, that was literally what you just
That's
said.
what. That's because you're fucked. That's what you thought of right away.
That was the Luke in me there, because he would have
Yeah, I
said that.
know. Yeah.
You would have gone chocolate cream pie. You love fucking asses.
Okay, Samson, what's your favorite dessert? Period. Because I know you're a food guy like I am.
I don't have a sweet tooth like that though.
No?
So I don't really pick one. But when it comes to dessert, ice cream, Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Okay.
Nuts for it. Have it all the time. Cheat meal, dessert, Ben and Jerry's
Ice cream.
ice cream. Yeah.
Yeah, Samson's
And
got the
so-
same cheat meal preferences I do. It's chicken wings, pizza,
Yep.
ice cream.
I was so hoping when you asked him that he was just going to say chicken again. I was like, it's coming. It's coming.
Oh.
James, what's your favorite dessert?
I like a sticky toffee pudding.
Sticky toffee.
I never had that. Is that
That's very British.
That's
Yeah,
very
nice.
British. That is very
It's a
British.
sponge. It's a sponge that's toffee flavored
Yeah.
with like syrup on it. And then like normally with ice cream, it's fucking good.
That
Sounds
sounds
pretty
good.
good.
And it's
I like
hot as well.
English
It's hot.
toffee. Oh,
Paul?
okay.
Paul, what's your favorite?
I love cookies.
Yeah, Paul is a cookie guy.
Yeah,
Paul's
like
like
those-
Like a normal cookie or like a baked
No,
cookie.
Paul's
those
like
half-pound
as many.
cookies.
Yeah, yeah.
Paul also likes as many different variations of cookie that you can find.
Yeah, I do.
Because
Yeah.
he'd be like, I pick him up for the gym, and he'd be like, "Oh man, they got these new awesome cookies, or like cheesecake shortbread cookie." And
Yeah.
I'm like, give me some chocolate chip, and I'm good. I just like a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
We get to design our cookie for our show, Fuad. Still got to do
Oh,
that.
that's right. We're going to design an FAC cookie for our show.
Yeah,
People-
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think I want to say something cool, but really, honestly, ice cream. I'm with Samson.
Yeah.
Like I
That's
like
what-
different desserts, and I also like savory shit like chips and stuff. But like Doritos, I could have Doritos all day long. But if we're talking about desserts, the go-to is always ice cream.
Yeah, you're the first guy who's got ice cream delivered.
I get ice cream delivered.
I know you're the first guy I know that has it.
I do love ice cream, but it's to accompany something else, in my opinion.
I agree. I need
Yeah,
a
the
pastry with
pizza. So you eat a pizza and then you eat
And
some
then
ice
that's
cream.
good. That works. That qualifies you.
it.
What was the most significant thing you did that escalated your bodybuilding physique career to the next level?
That's easy.
James, Samson, Paul, anybody want to go?
Oh,
Paul probably escalated when he started training with me. But okay,
no,
who's
that's when
next?
he started going
Vance?
down. That's when I started tearing everything.
That's when your career went to shit.
Yeah, yeah. After that, I was a pretty good bodybuilder.
I think my mom both works at the same time. I think got a coach and quit my full-time job.
Yeah.
They both
Able-
happened at the same time. So
Able to focus. Yeah.
What'd you say? What was your job, Samson?
no, I was working construction. Man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you work any machines, or were you like a laborer?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. You know, I was driving tractor around the field, did the hard
Oh, that's
machine,
cool.
forklifts. Everything. Yeah.
yeah,
Long days, probably long shifts.
Oh yeah.
James, you can think of anything that was like something that was a dramatic change in your physique that escalated everything?
I would say once I took, it's very simple, but once I started eating a little bit more than I was comfortable with,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was like I always ate to a comfortable degree, but the minute I decided to go a little bit outside of my comfort with eating, then my body started to follow.
Yeah. I think for me, it was changing my mindset just to being more serious. Because I remember I turned pro in 07.
Yeah.
And then I did my first pro show in 08. Or was I turned pro? I turned pro in 06, I think. I can't fucking even remember now. 06, I did my first pro show a year later. And people that I knew would message me and be like, how did you change so quickly in 1 year? And I think it was just my mentality. I stopped going out as much. I started eating more, and I was eating more focused too. I wasn't just eating more food, period. It was like more of a proper plan. I think mindset is a big thing. I think dialing in your focus can be big. I mean, that goes kind of with what Samson's saying, because if you don't have a job anymore and you have a coach, now you can kind of turn things up a notch. So
Yeah,
that might have been mine.
I agree.
Fuad, Masters Olympia, no. What's your favorite off-plan breakfast meal? My favorite off-plan breakfast meal could also be my on-plan breakfast meal, depending on if I was dieting or off-season. Because I'm like steak and eggs with a side of pancakes, or not even like steak, eggs, and hash browns. I'm pretty happy.
Oh, I don't know. I like a good English breakfast, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that could be an off-season breakfast. I've seen those English breakfasts you eat, James.
Yeah.
Aren't they like beans and eggs and shit?
Well, it's beans, eggs, bacon,
sausages, hash brown.
That's a good off-season meal, in my opinion.
It's very tasty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Samson?
Oh, cereal.
What cereal in particular, though?
Any one of them, just cereal. Because normally, every other time I'm having oats, and more oats, and oats and eggs. So just to be able to switch up and just have cereal of any sort, that feels like, it always feels like, oh my God, this is treat.
Yeah.
I don't like cereal because I always eat too much and get stomachache.
You get a whole box. when the cereal comes out, when the cereal comes out, the milk comes out. When the milk comes out, you get on the toilet the next day and you shit.
That definitely happens. Yeah.
Paul, what's your favorite breakfast?
Well, if I'm trying to eat clean, then
no. He said off-plan breakfast.
Oh,
just favorite breakfast. Period. What are your favorite breakfast?
Like bacon. I'll make, because I always have eggs every morning, whether I'm trying to stay healthy.
You're just gonna have bacon for breakfast?
Yeah, I love bacon.
Bacon.
Probably.
Well,
no,
a plate of bacon.
No, I mean I would still have eggs and probably I still have toast all the time too, like sourdough toast.
Okay.
But I would definitely add bacon to that, probably cheese and stuff.
So eggs, toast, bacon. That's good.
It's kind of an English breakfast.
Yeah, but then I'd probably have like a dessert too, though, afterwards, like pancakes or something like that.
Well, we've done that. Me and Paul have done that. We'll go for like our breakfast where it's like, we'll either have an omelet or like over easy eggs with toast and hash browns maybe. And then we always throw in a side of pancakes. Just
or French toast.
That's just another breakfast, isn't it?
No, it's
pretty much. It's basically two entrees.
It's breakfast dessert.
It's a breakfast with a side of breakfast. Samson's right. Favorite memory when you were deep into bodybuilding to the current guy's favorite thing about being deep into bodybuilding. I don't know what the comparison is, but
there was no social media back then.
Oh, I think he's asking like me because I was in the past and you guys because you're current. So favorite memory when you were deep into bodybuilding, or to James and Samson, favorite memory currently. For me, I think winning my first show was my best memory. But it says I guess when you're deep into bodybuilding. So yeah, when I won my first show is my best memory.
Yeah, I think that's when you win your first pro show.
That's pretty much the same here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dope. It's a good feeling.
Well,
and it carries with you for a long time.
It does.
Your bodybuilding memory?
What's your favorite bodybuilding memory?
Well, my biggest accomplishment in bodybuilding is when I won my class at the Ontario's.
Well, if that's your favorite memory, it's cool. What's your favorite memory?
I don't have one memory. I don't think it's more just I just like especially back in the day. I remember back at the day when we trained at Central, it was like the place for all the guys locally who was competing. So it was a great atmosphere to be there. There always somebody was always getting ready for a show.
Yeah, but that's more of like an overall time period. Is there one thing that stands out as like that's probably my favorite thing that happened to me in bodybuilding?
Probably winning my class at the Ontario's because it was my biggest accomplishment.
You have to do an entire day with one of the bros holding hands. This includes workouts, bathroom breaks, and sleep. Who do you pick?
Not Guy because he's too loud.
Guy's too intense.
I think I'm going to take Paul because we'll be relatively quiet and peaceful. We'll have a peaceful day. We would go to the park, sit on the bench, watch the ducks.
Yeah,
you can't take Paul. He's my best friend. I take Paul.
I'm still in Paul.
We would have pick Paul because we don't know he's there.
I won't stress you out. I'll tell you that much.
Paul, you're going to get high from the secondhand smoke.
We're going to get high, and we're going to have a nice, enjoyable day, James, you and I. Nice, peaceful day.
Beautiful.
All right, Samson, who are you going to pick?
I'll pick Guy. Honestly,
really?
He had me in stitches all in Ohio. Yeah. I mean, my sides were hurting.
Guy will wear yo.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of somebody's hand I want to actually hold, and like holding that hand for a day. That's what I'm like.
You're like, where your hands fucking been?
Well, I'm just like, I don't want to hold Paul's hand.
Paul's hands are probably innocent compared to some people's.
But you don't see. I'm around Paul every day, so I start holding his hand. It looks really fucking weird.
Yeah, people already have it.
Yeah, they're going to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
I'm going to hold Ian would be too intense.
Oh, mate, you'd be like, you feel so uptight all day.
Man, you'd probably go with, you'd probably
Ian
go
would
with
be too
Ben,
intense.
Fuad.
The guy would be too active for me because I don't like doing too much.
You'd be good with Ben, I think.
I
But
think
you'd
Ben.
look- but Ben's taller than you, so you'd look like his bitch, kind of. If you guys were holding
Well,
hands.
you look like James is 4 times your size. You look like his bitch.
But we're same height, though, I think, bro. Relatively speaking.
They're gonna be like, "Who's that twink with James?"
No, I think they think me and Jay are two gentlemen just taking a walk together.
Yeah, that's what they,
exactly it.
yeah, that's exactly what they would think. You're right. Do you think in today's day and age, it's more important to be marketable on social media and focus more on that instead of just pure bodybuilding? Definitely not.
I don't think there's no just focus on that. That's ridiculous. You've got to be good at what you do.
The
Otherwise,
sad,
you'd never.
that's the thing. The confusion for people that comes into play is they're like, I got to work on my following and then I'll get a sponsorship. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you have to have something first to get a following. Then you can work on getting. So like, you have to be good at something. So
Yeah.
being good on stage, not that that's the only way, but it's a good way to get a following.
It's how you get an organic following.
That's right.
True.
And that's why I would always pay a lot of respect to those that I know have done what we do and have a good following, because I know it's come because of the hard labor.
Yeah.
Whereas other people that sell themselves in a certain manner on Instagram to get followers, you don't have my respect is a lot lower.
You mean
I
like
still
if
have some
somebody-
respect because I think you're good at playing the game, but it's nowhere near the level of respect I have for someone who's grafted in bodybuilding and actually done well.
So let me understand if I can understand you correctly, James. So if somebody is doing a certain thing, like whether they're a football player, a soccer player, bodybuilding, whatever it is, and they've garnered a following because of just the time they've put into that sport and people want to follow them because of that sport.
Yeah, like, I don't mind if at the same time they're also doing things to draw
On social media.
because they are doing the work. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But on the flip side, you see somebody who isn't really doing anything, but they're just really good at social media. Like
Yes.
they have really nice videos or really nice photos or like
Great edits.
great edits, and they're getting a following that way.
Great edits and very good at talking the talk and people believing in them and being like, this guy's the guy, when really behind it, there's not really a foundation.
So I
for
think
any of that.
what you're saying is just you have more respect for the reality of it, like who's real and who's real and who's not.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I hate to be like a fucking moody or horrible person, but some people are so after the clout before they've done the work, it fucks me off.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them over here in the UK. Their names are all over the place. They're spoken of on YouTube channels like they're celebrities, and I'm like, you ain't done shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I just me being honest. I'd much rather fucking take an hour to watch Samson than I'm gonna watch these fucking people.
Yeah.
You know?
I get you.
Yeah.
So in that person's question, I think basically, I don't know if they're coming at it from an aspect of contract or if they're coming at it from an aspect of just overall what's better. But in my opinion, I think having a root, having a substance at the root is always better than having nothing and just trying to create a following.
Yeah, I think so.
So like there are athletes that come to me that have never been on stage and they want to be bodybuilders. Don't get me wrong, because that's why they're coming. So they're like, they haven't even done their first show yet. And they're asking for sponsorships because they have 10,000 followers or whatever. And I'm like, it's not, this is the shitty thing for people. Let's just put it this way. This is the really shitty thing for bodybuilders in general. Back in the day, you only had to work on one thing. You had to be a really good bodybuilder and someone would sign you based on your competitive history and the potential for your competition prowess. Fast forward now to nowadays, now bodybuilders have to be good at everything. They have to be good on stage, primarily, I think is a big thing. It depends on the company, but for me, they have to be good on stage. They have to be good just in their training. They have to be focused. But then they also have to be good on social media. They have to be able to post a lot of stuff. They have to be able to be interactive with the fans. They have to be innovative in how they create content. So there's basically back in the day where you would be a bodybuilder and the magazine would promote you. Now you are a bodybuilder and you're promoting yourself.
You manage yourself almost now, don't you?
So you have double the amount of work that you might have had 10 years ago or 15 years ago when the magazines were doing all the promoting for you. I got popular because I signed with Muscle Tech And I was in all the Muscle Tech ads and all that shit. And that helped me get popular. And then I signed with Weider, and Weider promoted me. But now there's no more magazine ads. So now bodybuilders are on their own. So they have to do their own job of creating content. So it's to me, they're equally important. What you do on stage is equally as important as what you do at home on the computer.
Mm-hmm. You were always good at that, Fouad. You're always good at promoting yourself.
Well, I understood from a really, really early time, and this could go for James and Samson too. I understood from a very, very early time in my career that being from Canada, I was not in a favorable position.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, companies in the US, when they heard you were from Canada, they'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to have to fly this person everywhere." Like they thought it was a big deal that I couldn't just cross the border to Detroit and fly to wherever they were. Being from Canada meant like it was going to be a struggle for them to have me at photo shoots and things.
Right.
And then popularity wise, if you remember back in the day, if somebody won the USAs or the North Americans or the
you already get a fan base.
Yeah, they would immediately be on the front cover of fucking Flex or on the front cover of MD, and they would be promoted. And if somebody won
nationals,
if somebody won the Canadian Nationals, they might get like a one page in the very back of the magazine somewhere.
Muscle Mag might cover it, but
in the UK, I'm assuming it was the
same. The first person to break that really was Flex.
Nathan.
And then
Flex Lewis and Nathan. Those are the two guys I actually didn't know.
I think for us it was Frank McGrath and then me, and then after me came Ben. We were the first ones to kind of really break out into the US, and definitely. I did it by posting on all the message boards.
Yeah.
I would post all my fucking progress photos on the message boards, and I would be really interactive on the message boards, and I think that contributed.
Absolutely. You got to put in the work as you're coming up as well. Like,
it
was when I was like signed to JP, I made sure that I'd done a lot of videos. You know, when I was, I did videos with Cage back in the day. You know, I just made sure that I was always available to do those things, because ultimately they're always going to be there. And if people don't know of you now, that stuff's there to, you know, look in on, and they'll be able to learn who you are or learn about you and then see your progress. Because if you're documenting your career, people are going to be a fan of you much more than if they know nothing about you.
That's right. The thing is, people want to watch you progress too.
Right.
People enjoy, and I'll say that as a fan, because I'm a fan of the sport, right? I'm a fan of you guys, like James, Samson, Paul. I'm not a fan of you so much, but whatever.
You were.
I'm a fan of Paul the person. That's different.
My career, no.
No, your career sucked, but personally, I love you. But
thank you.
No, obviously, I was invested in your career too. I mean,
you're my coach.
To me, I watch you guys as a fan. So when I see Samson placing higher, or seeing him buy a car, or see James getting the Olympia, I'm like,
actually means something to you, doesn't it?
It makes me happy. So I think fans are the same way. If they're following you from when you're like doing some regional show, and then they see you win a national show and you turn pro, then they see you do well at a pro show, and they see you at the Olympia, they're like, man, I followed that guy when he was nobody.
Yeah.
And I watched him get all the way up, and their fan base grows more, and the loyalty to your fan base grows more because they've seen you put in the work for so many years.
Yeah. It's kind of cool as a judge seeing that too.
That's right. You probably judge people all the way along now.
Well, I judge you.
Well, you judged me in my very first show. That's right.
Yeah. A lot of guys, Regan, Chris Bumstead, a lot of guys.
Yeah. So I think I have a few young guys on the team, and I try and tell them all the time, because they think they have to start putting in the content work when they've made it. And I'm like, no, man, do the fucking work now and make it a habit, so that when you turn pro, it's all just already moving.
I think you should put yourself out there a little bit, like go to the Arnolds and stuff like that, you know, like go to the big events and get your face out there so people see you and see.
Well, I mean, Zach Atkins a perfect example. He came to the Arnold and he got a bunch of photos with us, and he was part of the photo shoot,
right? And
he got to meet a bunch of fans, and I think that's a big deal for somebody coming up when they don't know you that well.
I think so too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should bodybuilders dehydrate for show day? Any water on show day? I think it's
a bit of
everybody.
Yeah, it's like you obviously want water manipulation, but that's an individual tale to tell.
I got a better question.
Go on.
Jesus Christ. When using a fleshlight, do you move it up and down or hold it still and go to town on it?
I don't have one. Go to town on it.
Samson, you know what a fleshlight is?
No, I don't know.
Is it a picture now?
Did you buy one, Fouad?
No, I didn't buy one.
No,
I want to. I'd like to test that out.
Didn't Guy have one?
I think
That's
I
probably got a
has. I
few.
don't know.
Probably goes on tour. He's in India with one now.
I gotta find a photo that's not. I'm not gonna get censored for.
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you get censored for a flashlight picture?
Porn. If it's somebody like showing it, doing it, you know.
Yeah, well,
you
because
just gotta
some of
get
these.
buy it. Just go to the
I think
website
this
and
is.
buy one.
Oh, that's right. I can just go to the website.
Go Costco.
Okay, here. Samson, this is a flashlight, pretty much.
He's gonna laugh at this. He's gonna think this is ridiculous.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it's one of those.
Oh, I got one of those.
I don't know what they're called that.
Oh,
There's one under the bed.
my girl bought me one of those.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, about a few years ago, she bought me one.
Your
For what?
fucking
For when
wife's
you're
the
gone?
best.
I actually got one.
Because
So
I
when
was
you're-
okay. You
you
know,
got a-
guys
you got
in
a black
off season,
one?
right?
Oh,
You got a black
they
one?
We know
colored
guys in
ones.
off
That's
season,
awesome.
right?
Wait a
Dude,
minute.
You know, in off season, you want to hump like every 5 minutes. It's like
Right.
it's crazy. So
So
she couldn't
she
take it anymore. She was like, "Look,
She
handle
couldn't
your
take
business
it
with this,
anymore.
or just take it and go away."
Your wife
That's-
is the
that's-
best.
That's a good one. That's a
God.
very thoughtful wife.
Very much.
All right, wait. Can I ask you,
I thought she
Samson?
was trying to punish me. Huh?
What
No,
is
I
it?
thought-
Which one of these does it look like? These are buttholes, by the way. So,
Oh, the buttholes?
freaking
Oh,
out.
that's
That was a
fine.
butthole one.
which one of these does it look like? Is it black or white?
I want
Oh,
the.
it's white.
Is your wife buy you a white one because she's white?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want the milk chocolate.
Oh,
Okay, it's white. And Paul wants this one. It's like a
That
little
one
bit
there, the
brown.
milk chocolate. Yeah.
Samson, which one does it look like
Oh,
though? Is it like
probably look a bit like one lower left.
this one?
Yeah.
So it's got a little bit of a hood on it.
Yeah. Look at that one's got more lips. They're all different like designs.
Well, that's what I'm asking, Paul. This one's already
I-
open.
I wasn't. Oh, that one is already open. That one,
A little gaper. It's a little bit. It's like it's already been banged.
I gotta tell you, I think this one's the nicest.
it's nicely shaped.
Mhm.
I like this.
Yeah, it's pretty.
What do you think of the shape, James? Which one's your favorite shape?
Uh,
He's like, I gotta.
I'm proper analyzer, bruv. I think maybe bottom right.
That's
This
what
one.
I picked. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
picked. See, me and James, we get along so
That's
well.
the tone. That's the skin tone I like as well.
Yeah, me too.
This is the skin tone and the shape, everything.
Yeah, it's quite neat.
Yeah.
Paul,
That's
is
like
this
a
also
wishbone.
Paul, is this also the shape?
Yeah, that perfect wishbone shape to it.
That's true.
And
I
the
like
color,
that.
the
Like the same
texture,
kind
the
of-
color.
We like the
I
same
like-
kind of vagina.
I like this
Yes,
one.
we
The
do.
lips are a little bit inviting. They're like, come to me.
Inviting.
They're humming to you. All right, lads, I'm gonna have to be a nuisance. I've got to shoot because I've got to actually go somewhere.
Can you get one more in before you go?
If we're quick, I can.
Okay, let's do one quick and then we'll go.
I meant to be at the cinema to watch Morbius in like 10 minutes, but it's
Oh, you wanna see that?
Oh, is that
Yeah.
out yet? Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
go,
I
go,
see
go,
that.
go. It's fine.
Go,
We got
let's
enough. We got enough. We got enough. James,
All right.
go have
See you,
fun.
James.
That's when I see you all. Continue, and I will.
No,
I'll
we'll
catch
go.
up
We're
with
gonna
you.
go too. Samson, good to see
All
you.
right.
Paul,
Good to
I'll
see
talk to you in a
guys.
bit.
All right. See
Yeah,
you guys
for
later.
sure.
Okay.
Good to see you guys.
Okay,
All
All
boys.
right, I'm
Talk to
gonna
you later.
purchase my flashlight now. See you in a bit.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.